shaping and binding techniques which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Hello and welcome to the Designer Inspiration Show here at JM Towers. My name is Sarah Thomas Lane, and today, what a designer inspiration we have. Hannah Oxberry is in the house. Hello. Now, not only is she our guest designer for today, we're just sorting out a mic, I do apologise. She is the buyer, the gemologist, the eyes, the ears, the heart of a Jewellery Maker. So it's amazing that I've got her on my watch as well. Oh, and look. Oh. Very impressive. This is mine now to keep and to have and to hold from this day forward. Very exciting. Are you all wired up?
I am now. I'm good now.
She is. This is. If you've never seen her before, although she's in the magazines and everything,
sometimes.
She's the famous. Proper famous. So today we've got Dremel.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to bring Dremel back to the show because it is beyond everything one of my favourite tools to use because it's so versatile. You can do everything with it.
And I've been bugging you for the Dremel as well, haven't I?
So many people have, so I'm glad we can fulfil that today.
Yes, yeah, great. And we've also got some Polymer Clay coming up as well.
We have got Polymer Clay, so we've got really exciting Polymer Clay things that people have been waiting for, and yeah, Perspex as well, which is great.
Brilliant. And mixed in with jewel enamel, so it's very, very exciting. Now we're going to start off with some seedy beads. Now I know that there's a lot of people who've been posting on Facebook saying, I want more seed beads. If you're really into your beading and the amazing things that you can do just with beads and monofilament or beads and beading thread, then you're going to love these because they're peridot. Delicate, beautiful peridot. You've got a birthstone here as well. You've got that soft green that is from the iron within the mineral gives you that beautiful green. It's a one that's dear to my heart. My husband said to me the other day, he said, you know what, I do like your engagement ring, but I wish I bought you some peridot. I thought, darling, there's still plenty of chance. Don't worry. But it caught our eye. I think it's got a great sort of vintage feel, but it's very fresh as well. And of course, that depends on what you want to do with it. Now, Anna Rox, what would you do with these?
Oh, well, I just love them for embellishment as well. So imagine your soutache pieces, when you've finished all the beautiful weaving and bending of your braids, finishing it with an edge of little peridot beads, which just look amazing. You'll have to check out Kirsty, our producer, her pieces that she's been making for some inspiration on our Facebook pages, because it's just beautiful, really beautiful work.
Lovely. I didn't even think about using them for embellishments, but Pip and I were talking earlier about we want to do a hat show, but also about embellishing these on hats or something like that, just like small little swirls or something. Very, very simple and very easy to use, but what an effect they can give. FAGP84 is your item number. Now these are faceted. They're faceted. Yes, they are. You see, that amazes me. They are faceted, even though they're such tiny beads, and you can just see how they pick up the light. And the workmanship that has gone into these is incredible. I do love our VTs. That's the problem with having VTs and not adverts, is that you can't go to the loo in the break, because the VTs are always really interesting. That's my gripe with Jewellery Maker, if I can pass that on to the office. FAGP84. And we've got a fantastic price for you on this one. Now, don't forget, this is peridot, and it's just $5.95 for genuine peridot. Now, if you are new to Jewellery Maker, first of all, welcome. This is an exceptional price for peridot. Peridot is such a beautiful, beautiful birthstone. I just need to let you know that it is, of course, a free phone number, and that's right at the bottom of the page. That's 0800 644 655. You can buy on our website, JewelleryMaker.com, and you only ever pay £1 postage and packing for the entire day. So you can keep your basket open and just keep on adding to it. Although I should say, if you're buying on the website, keep checking out of your basket, and we will put all your purchases from today into $1 postage and packing, so you only have to pay the $2.95. Also, I'll just show you this. Every new person who buys from Jewellery Maker will get a booklet and a DVD. Where's my DVD? There it is. On just the basic steps to get started. They really are basic pieces that we show you, but they are essentials to your jewellery making. So you don't want to make something and then put all that hard work in it and for it to fall apart. Very, very simple steps, and we will take you through inch by inch, yard by yard. We will take you through it. For example, what you can see up here. I've got some messages are coming in. They're happy to see, people are happy to see me back. That's really lovely to hear, so thank you for that. That's very nice. I'm happy to see you. Thanks for joining me. $5.95 for your seed beads, and they're faceted as well. That's what I was going on about the VT, is when you see the man in India, and he's got a bead on just his finger, and he's just like taking it across the sander to facet it. Fascinating. Amazing stuff. You've not long got back from India, have you?
No, I was out in about 3 weeks ago, I think it was. 3 weeks ago. Yeah, not long at all, so very, very exciting. Buying lots of sparkly things to show.
It's a good job, it's a good job. Beautiful, beautiful seed beads there. I'm going to pop those on. Where next, boss? The big box, this big box? It's a box of, I don't even know what's in here. What's it? Open the box. Oh my goodness me. Okay. Wow. So you're getting everything in the box, right? I'm going to run you through the specifics. We have some fabulous copper beading thread. We've got some monofilament and some stretchy elastic. Then we have some nylon thread and some organza thread, 1 metre of each. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I was just going to move that. Ben, I do apologise. Then we've got some of the hemp cord in, because we're going to lay it all out, in a beige, an orange, a brown, a purple, a yellow, a blue, a green, a black, a white and a red. Then we have a bag of organza cast. I'm so sorry, I'm getting all this out. We've got a organza in a deep plum, a white, an aqua, a peach, a pink and a peach, a golden, a yellow, a sage green, another kind of rusticy pink, and a blue. Then we have, we've got, the colours of this are incredible. We've got some pink and some white polymer clay here, but it's the it's the accent one, so it's called magenta pearl, and then you've got your white pearl there as well. Now white pearl, just adding that to anything that you've already got in your collection is really going to add a beautiful almost texture to it, because you've got those sparkles. Then we've got some, we've already mentioned soutache, we've got some soutache thread in the blue. Now if you've got soutache with blue and pearls to go with one thing I love about spring, and you're kind of doing it already, is it's a perfect excuse to dress like a sailor. And I love dressing like a sailor. More people should dress like a sailor. We should have a sailor show.
We should,
And pearls with this blue would look amazing. And then this one as well, which I love because it's got some patterns on it as well. Then we've got, this is just the best box in the world. Then we've got 2 DVDs. We've got the Chainmail Edition 2 and the Clay Tool Kit. 2 DVD. Is there another DVD work? There is another DVD. There's 3 of them. Hold on. It's behind. And a soutache. Perfect. So all the things that you have already in this kit, you're ready to start with your clay, your chainmail and your soutache. Then we've got, oh my goodness me, we've got scales. This is amazing. So this is some footage that you can see there on the screen. This is the chainmail DVD that you've got there with the lovely Carol and the lovely Debbie. Incredible. Well, that's pretty. What's being shown there, and her nails are nice as well. We've also got some scales. Now these, can you stamp these scales?
Absolutely you can, yes.
So if you've got the stamping kit, the letters, you can start stamping these. You can also put them with your polymer clay. Of course, you can mix your mediums. Then we've got my favourite wire toolkit. We've got a gizmo. Then we've got a mandrel as well. Now this is the mandrel that gives you those amazing shapes, and it's great to have those uniformed shapes. This is all in one box. Then we've got some cards for your rolling, vital for your polymer clay, and for your metal clays as well. Having your playing cards, and also maybe you want to have people around and you want to play cards. That's allowed as well. We're just throwing them in. And then we've got 2 gorgeous strands. Have a little look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I love the amber tones here, those oranges. Now this is red agate, and these are medium nuggets. Really good. You get 320 carats here. Lovely, lovely. And then I've got a rose quartz. This is 450 carats, and these are in 460 carats, I do beg your pardon, and these are in lovely size rectangles. Beautiful. That's all that is in the box, but you also get the box as well. Everything that you can see there, that includes those 2 strands I've just shown you, the mandrel, the gizmo, 3 DVDs, your polymer clay, your soutache cord, your hemp cord, your organza. How many organzas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 things of organza. You've got your pack of scales that you can stamp on. They're great. That's not mean you can just get your wellies on and stamp. That is with your metal stamps. And you've got your beading, your threading pack as well. This is a phenomenal deal. Now the price you should be paying is £72.70. Now Hannah Oxberry, if you wouldn't mind just leaving the room, please.
No. Okay.
Walk, go.
Moth.
Get out. She's off. Right, she's gone. So now we can tell you the actual price is $29.95. She's just poked her head down the door and given me a look.
What is that?
Look, it's not me. I do what I'm told. I just.
It's just insane.
£29.95. Yes, it should be £72. And that is at Jewellery Maker prices. You are getting so much. If you've only just started jewellery making and maybe you haven't tried Polymer Clay yet, soutache, your Kumihimo, I cannot recommend this enough. I mean, there's so much that you have got here. You're also getting 2 beautiful strands. I'm just going to show the strands again because they're stunning. Really, really stunning.
It really is a perfect way, if you're not sure about mediums, to try them out.
Yeah.
Because you can make your own cabochons from the Polymer Clay and use the soutache to braid around it to try your soutache designs.
Yeah.
And then you can embellish it with the beautiful gemstones.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Absolutely. And there's something for everybody. And maybe you go, oh, you know what, I've got loads of Polymer Clay, or I've got those 2. Well, first of all, they'll last for ages, as long as you store them correctly. But also, then look at everything else you've got. There's so much going on. We've got a lot of people coming in, and I am not surprised. What a way to start off, to kick off a show of designer inspiration. People do need to check out of your baskets. Don't forget, it's only ever 1 postage and packing, no matter how many times you check out of your basket in 1 day. So Claire from Cumbria, I do believe you need to check out of your basket. It's like that name and shame at school, isn't it? It's like, Sarah Lane, now come on. I know that your homework hasn't been completed. We've got Mary in Aberdeenshire, Dean in Yorkshire, Margaret in Midlothian. Welcome, and you've seen a good deal. You know a good deal. £30, and what an amazing gift as well. If you've got a friend who you want to get into jewellery making, just so they can keep you company on a Wednesday afternoon, then this is perfect for them, and it will keep them busy for ages. Ages and ages. It is a free phone number, 0800 644 655. Great value. Right, I've got to scoop it all up. Look, I can't even get it to fit all in. Thanks, Ben.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben. Homo my Ben.
I like that, it's got a ring. Does landowner sound more impressive?
Yeah, landowner, yeah. Lovely. Right, well, congratulations if you got that. Let's move on. What's next, boss? Aha. Wow, look at these. Now, the schiller that I'm getting off this labradorite is fabulous. Have a look at this. Now, labradorite, I think every year labradorite has come out the favourite, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has won both years running.
Beautiful, beautiful. And the reason why we love labradorite so much is that labradorescence, which is the light play, where the light hits the metallic flecks within the stone and produces a rainbow. Now, the rainbow for labradorite is blue. Now, if you can just see, can you see? Look, there you go. You can really see that shine, that metallic luster. It's beautiful. MQGP00 for this labradorite. Now, they are in plain rounds, approximately 10 mils, and you are getting 260 carats here. Beautiful labradorite. As I say, every year, it's voted the favourite by you, by our viewers, and it's all because of that schiller. Beautiful. Now, we are going under £10 on this one. It's going under £10. We're ready, Pip. How much, sorry? £6.95 for labradorite. For plain rounds of labradorite, it's great value that you are getting here. 260 carats of beautiful labradorite. What would you mix with labradorite?
I'd really pull out the green and blue tones with it, and even the peridot that we saw earlier, the little seed beads, will look so cute as a spacer. But I mean, as you know, love working with my resins, my jewel enamels, so I'd go and get the peridot jewel enamel and mix that in and make some cabochons from it, and just hang it from a really lovely simple chain stranded of labradorite.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. Beautiful strand. It's funny because again, labradorite isn't one that is people don't necessarily know about it. I think unless you, like we do, because we're working with gemstones all the time.
Yeah.
But my friends wouldn't know what labradorite was. But I was working at Kensington Palace actually, and somebody, I was like, that's labradorite. She went, oh, I love it, and it was just like her favourite. And she'd found out, she'd seen it in a market or something, bought it, and then now she knows everything about labradorite. And it's the only stone that she knows anything about. But it just like it caught her heart in a way.
And I think it does, because you've got those beautiful optical properties. It really is a talking point, and it's the sort of thing you don't get from glass or plastic gemstones, anything like that. It's the real thing that you can't synthesize.
Yeah, if I was to be adopted into the gemstone world, I'd want to be a feldspar.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Just glittering away, shining bright. 0800 644 655, we're going to move on. Oh, can we do 10 at some point? What is 10? Oh, box 9 is pearls. Beautiful pearls, but instantly you had me at I was there. Pearls are my favourite, I think, because they're synonymous with the 1920s, and that's like my thing. I would bulk buy these, just restring them and put them on a really long strand. Is what I would do. But you don't have to do that. You can go contemporary with pearls. Look at the brightness of these. Now the pearlescence of these is absolutely stunning. These are bright and they are big as well. These are your cultured potato pearls, 9 times 7 mils. I think because they're bright as well, you can really see the beauty. How do you tell the quality of a pearl?
There's different points that you look for. So if you're talking about bead quality, you're looking for the roundness of the pearl. You're looking for surface blemishes, so they could be rings on the pearl or little nicks to the surface luster.
Yeah,
and again,
these ones
surface
don't have
luster.
any of the rings on them.
No, I mean they are beautiful and the shine from them.
Yeah.
And then you're looking at the orient of the pearl, which is this high luster that we can see on these particular pearls.
Absolutely, absolutely. So based on that, we know that these are high quality because they don't have any, they're smooth, and that incredible pearlescence that you are getting on these really are top quality. I know that we've mentioned it a lot on Jewellery Maker recently, but I think we're just so excited that people have taken our strands into jewellers and they've got them valued. And for a £14 strand, it's been 300, was it £300, Pip? It was valued at a local jeweller shop, and then another one that was £6.95 strand was 120. I mean, it's just bonkers, but they're just beautiful. Do a web search, but the thing is with your web search, you can't, well, actually do a web search because I know what they are out there, but also the thing with the web search is you can't tell the quality. Now I promise you, you get these home and if you don't like the quality, we've got a 30-day no quibble money back guarantee and you can send them back. But I know with pearls, you can do your price match, and regardless of the quality, nah, you won't hit us. And if you do, well, buy both and see where is the better quality. Let's give you a price on these KOPO 26. These are under £20. And they are £14.95. It's the quality of this, that beautiful pearlescence and that beautiful smooth quality to them as well. Amazing. It's obviously June's birthstone as well, so June is fast approaching. Love them. How gorgeous. It's also associated with love and marriage, which I didn't know. That's actually, that's sweet.
Yeah.
But also associated with luxury, with Grace Kelly, with Audrey Hepburn. They're just stunning. Bright white as well. Right, we are, what was that? Sorry, moving on. Oh, hold on, these would look nice with these pearls actually. Now this is blue opal. I think this is gorgeous. The colours on this, those soft bluey greens. And the fact that you've got those inclusions which just add that organic feel, and then they're faceted as well, so they're really picking up the light. It's Peru opal, 75 carats. They're faceted pairs, approximately 10 times 7 to 17 times 11 on a 20 centimetre strand. These are gorgeous. I mean, just one of these as a drop earring is absolutely stunning. You'd really want to show these off. GERU 31 is the price. The colour. This is another one where you kind of have these translucent sections to it, where the light really moves through it and it makes the bead glow. Beautiful. And then look at those facets, just gently picking up the light. They do remind me of a Middle Eastern sea, you know?
Yeah, really, really deep aqua blue. It's beautiful.
What would you do with these?
These for me, I love the vintage aspect to these, because you used to see like a lot of Victorian jewellery would use this kind of colour. So for me, I would set it in some type of Laura binding inspired cuff, which is all antique bronze and wire wrapped and just really, really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Because I think the antique bronze wire would work beautifully against the colour of these opals.
Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous. And like I said earlier about the sea, that does make me almost want to put them with pearls, just because, and it did help that I had them there, but I just want to show you. Oh, we've got people already on the phone. Right, let's bring you a price on these because people are waiting. Here we go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? $9.95. That is for this Peruvian opal. And Peru as well being a big place for good quality opal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. 0800 644 655. We've already got people on the phone lines for this. Beverly in London, Sarah in Yorkshire, Liz in Yorkshire, Joanne in Shropshire. You've popped them in your basket. Are they pretty? And vintage. The vintage workshops that Gemma Crow does is one of the busiest, isn't it? Like it sells out so quickly. So mixing this, as Hannah said, with the antique bronze wire, and the antique bronze would really pick out those inclusions as well, just kind of make the most of that colour.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Just to remind you, it is of course a one postage and packing, and that is just $2.95 for the entire day. So if you've already opened your basket with the lovely Natalia and Jenny this morning on the launch of our leather, which was pretty special, then you've already paid your postage and packing, so you can just add these, just sneak them into your basket, no one will know. No one need know. Look at those. Peruvian opal. Right, we've got to move on this one. Oh my, what, all three? Oh, this is nice. Wow, okay, so what we've got here, we've got 100 meters of the 1 mil gold coloured wire and 100 meters of the 1 mil silver coloured wire. Now, these are massively popular, and I remember just before Christmas, Anna Oxberry saying that under no circumstances ever were we to price slash such brilliant products.
Yeah, I do. I say that probably 3 or 4 times a day, actually.
Because these are in your silver and your gold, you can't go wrong. You know that there's going to be, if you're selling your jewellery, you know that there's going to be customers out there. This is exactly what they're going to want. They're going to want to keep it safe. And these are massive essentials for your stash. Then we've got the JM wire jig. Now the jig is so very simple to use. So you have these pegs, a bit like battleships. Remember battleships? Yeah. So you have these pegs, and as part of this, we have a sheet, again like battlesheets, of where to put your pegs. And then you wrap your wire around your pegs, and this will give you a uniformed pattern. Now you can go crazy, you can put the pegs wherever you want and just have a little play around, but there's some great patterns that you get in here that are already there. Now Hannah, apparently, I've just been told by Pip, it's all coming from Pip, just don't shoot the messenger, it's going to be a little bit cross on this one. So you are getting, and your 1 mil gauge as well. This is what you can bash with the hammer, you can get that texture, you can get that strength from. No, these are normally, how much are these normally? 20 £29.95 for one of these. You are getting two, and you are getting the jig as well. Now, if you were buying just the two wires, you'd be paying £59.90. But for both and the jig, it's only £44.95. I daren't look to my right. Oh, what were you thinking? Don't look over there. I can feel the ice. The ice is coming over. It's £44.95. This is everything you're getting. You can see, hold on a second. Oh, it's in the jig. So there's wire already in the jig. So the wire that you see at the side and the pins and everything, that's already in there. And you've also got the sort of the round bits that you can see. Again, that's for bending your wire around. Now, if you are making earrings with your wire, the jig is vital because you can keep on getting, because you want two the same, don't you? So that's why the wire jig is essential. What did you say? We've had a text message coming in. Pearls are gorgeous. I made my daughter a pearl and silver bead necklace for her 30th. Value for insurance came back at £350.
Mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. When you take into account
Thank you so much.
How much we're paying as customers to buy these beautiful pearls. I mean, they were what, £14.95.
Yeah.
It's putting them with a few silver beads and silver findings, and you've got what is intrinsically a very, very valuable piece of jewellery.
Yeah,
It's just amazing.
Absolutely. Great value. Right. Look, everything that you're getting there, incredible. Good to see Sarah back. Thank you, Sally and Angus. Thank you. It's good to be back. Thank you. Great value there. Now we are going to go on a very, very quick break. You can still jump on the phone lines and make the most of the wire offer. Yesterday, the wire that we had two sets, one for the lovely Sammy and one for Hannah Osborne. They both sold out. So jump on the phone lines while we go for a very, very quick break. It is, of course, a free phone number, 0800 644 655. And don't forget to check out of your baskets as soon as you can. Everything you are seeing there, it should be well over, what was the price? 60, just over £60. But we can give it to you for £14.95. Great value. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going straight over to the Ox for a designer inspiration demo. We'll see you in a bit.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
On the 25th of February, come join us on Jewellery Maker to see our Mix Up Tuesday show. We're shaking things up and presenting you with a different theme every hour. So it's fast paced and loads to see this Mix Up Tuesday on Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to the Designer Inspiration Show. Now look what is back as well. We've got the Daddy-O cutters. They're called Fat Daddy-Os and they are the nylon cutters. Now these have been out of stock. Lots of people have been asking for them. Fran, if you're watching, these are really, really precise and you can use them for your polymer clay but also for your
metal clays.
Metal clays. And didn't you say for leather as well?
Yeah, what you can actually do with these is push them into the leather. They won't cut the leather, but they will leave an impression. They will leave a mark, and then you can just use your leather shears to cut around and create perfect circles and squares.
Brilliant, brilliant. They are, and they're also, they are extremely durable and dishwasher safe, which is always very important. Now look what you are getting. So these are big and very easy to use. Do you know with metal cutters, I find that when you go like that, really hurts your hands. What's that all about? Whereas this, I'm putting on loads of pressure there, not a problem. Look at that. Brilliant. Now we've got them in the square and the round. We are going to go over to Hannah and she is going to be using these later on. But we've had so much interest in these. Let me just show you how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're not 9 in each. Yes, there's 9 in each one. And you can cook them. Mm-hmm. Oh, so just throwing it out there, if you were to use your melting pot and you wanted something this shape, could you put this in your melting pot and put your jewel enamel in there?
I haven't tried it, if I'll be totally honest, I haven't tried it with jewel enamel. The only reason why I'm a bit hesitant is because it's plastic against a plastic substance.
Yeah.
So it may well stick together. However, what you can do is build up polymer clay around them and things like that and put them in the oven and then obviously remove it from the polymer clay. And I think Debbie will be bringing us in probably a couple of weeks' time a designer inspiration on how to make gift boxes and things using the cutters.
Oh, great. Okay, okay. So if you are into your polymer clay, your metal clay, and as you say, there's just so much more that you can do for impressions in your leather as well. So if you watch the leather show, we've already got people coming in and we haven't said the price yet. It's RHGC 54. The Daddy-O cutters are back. Get ready, let's bring you a price, 0800 644 655. Now you should be paying $29.90. These are high-end products, very, very high-end. Excellent, excellent quality, far better than anything else that you can get out there, as far as we know here at Jewellery Maker. But we can give them to you today for $22.95. They're just a bargain, and there really is, they're so easy to use. Love them. You get them in a nice little pot so you can store these away if you're lucky enough to have a craft room. All right for some. Yeah. It's all right for some. But also I've got an old filing cabinet, but it's got those thin little cabinets, you see. So I have to store all my wire. Anything that comes on a spool has to go on the floor, which kind of defeats the point of having. But these will go in the drawers. Yes. So that's all right. That will keep things off the floor. Loads of people coming in. We've got about a minute on the phone lines. Don't forget, it is a free phone number. Please don't hang up. We only have a certain amount. Even though they're new in, we can only buy in a certain amount, and that's why it's taking us so long to get them. So please, if you are on the phones, if you just stay in the queue, the call centre know that you are there, and they're going to try and get to you as soon as you can. If you're buying on the website, you do need to check out of your baskets as soon as you can. It's only ever one postage and packing, and so all your pieces that you buy today will be put in the same packaging to save you the costs. Who have we got? We've got Hazel in Bristol, we've got Jan in Leicestershire, we've got Margaret in the West Midlands, Anne in Essex, Norma in Norfolk, Veronica in Gloucestershire, and we've still got lots of people who need to check out their baskets as well. We've got some new buyers as well. Welcome, new buyers. Don't forget, if you are new to Jewellery Maker, you will be getting these as well. That is your basic DVD with the techniques that you need to start your jewellery making, and you will also be getting the booklet as well, which just helps you with bits and pieces in the basic ways of jewellery making. But some of the basic ways, actually, well, I suppose you need all the basics to be able to move forward. But there's some very simple techniques that look very advanced as well, aren't
Absolutely,
they?
and I think that's what the lovely thing about jewellery making is. Once you've got those basic designs and those basic techniques, they're transferable across a whole range of mediums. And then once you go into more advanced techniques, you're actually using the same principles just extended on them.
Yeah, because Hannah's degree was in gemology and silversmithing, isn't it? But within the silversmithing, you did so much more.
Yeah, I had a fantastic time learning everything you can imagine about the jewellery trade and all different techniques, enamelling, perspex work, resin work, all sorts of different things. And it really, really is as simple as a few key techniques.
Yeah, lovely, lovely. But we don't tell anyone else though. We just, everyone who's watching, it's okay for them to know that. But customers, oh well, it took me 2 hours to make that simple ring, is what you say. Absolutely. And we've still got loads of people coming in, but we're going to move on. Oh, can I show this? I just want to show you, sorry, sorry, Ben. He's on it. He's good, isn't he? I just wanted to show you this because we had Hannah Osborne on yesterday and we were talking about turquoise and how much we all love turquoise, but how often it is, we don't have it often enough in because it's so hard to get hold of. Now 3,000 years ago the Prussians were selling this across the world and everybody loved turquoise, but because of that a lot of synthetics came onto the market. Now we are part of the Genuine Gemstones company. We do not sell synthetics. You are going to be getting the real McCoy, and this turquoise is absolutely stunning. That is coming up later. Oh, and we've got the most amazing lapis lazuli that I ever did see. It's got loads of pyrite in it and the colour is just polished. And I think sometimes you just don't need the facets, because when you get high polishing like this and such an incredible stone underneath as well, then you just don't need anything else. Look at these. I don't know whether you can see how much pyrite is in this and just that intense blue. Gorgeous. This is coming up later as well, so do not go away. Now then, we're going to go over to the Ox and see what she has created.
Come on over.
Have you had fun?
I have had so much fun. I have had so much fun making these pieces, but I love being able to experiment, so that's what today was all about for me. And I hope for you guys when you want to do it at home.
Yeah. Beautiful work. Now, what I love about this is like it's a real showpiece as well.
Yeah, I mean, I mainly make quite big pieces. So for me, I still wanted to go big, but I wanted to do something a little bit more dainty. So the drops and everything involved with the polymer clay is a lot more subtle than what probably people are used to me doing on the show. Usually it's a bit bold and bright, but this one was really, really nice. And I wanted to use just the nude colours as well, because what we're seeing on the catwalks at the moment are two distinct styles. So it's either big, bold, brash, in-your-face designs, or you're looking at the more subtle, neutral, natural tones. And again, nude is a really, really big colour this season as well.
Again, I saw that in a magazine, and I've been talking about nude for years now,
and
it's just not going anywhere.
Keeps coming back. And I think because people are so tired of wearing your blacks and your browns throughout winter, people look to something a lot more lighter for
and of
spring,
course
summer.
You can always pull this back as well. You don't have to go, and that's what they always do on the catwalk. They go absolutely crazy, but you never see that on the high street. They pull it back, and that's what design is about, isn't it?
Absolutely. Design for me, I make my big avant-garde pieces, and then you take elements from that to make your more commercial pieces as well. So you could just do this as a single drop on a smaller chain, or mix it up. We were discussing before we came on air actually, because obviously we've got the nylon cutters on today. You could use different cutter shapes to create different techniques in this as well, to give a different look.
Lovely. Okay, so shall I show what we've got in the kit? So we've got this fabulous piece of chain. Now, chain to me, you kind of think of chain as being an essential, but it's also a design feature as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. You mentioned earlier about the nautical vibe. You've got your twisted rope in there.
Yeah, this great. So you've got plain and then twisted, plain and then twisted in all of your ovals here. Now this is your gold-plated copper chain, and as it says, alternative spirals and a planar oval link. This will go a long way. You don't have to use it as a whole piece. You can chop it up and use it in separate pieces as well. Then we've got 1 metre of the gold flash copper, hold on a second. What? Ah, this is in the, then we've got, that's it, sorry, I do beg your pardon. Then we've got our findings pack as well. This is everything that you're getting in your findings pack. So there's some smaller chain there as well. So we've just mentioned about how you can use it as a design feature, and then to have the smaller ones as well might mean that it's part of the design, but might mean it's more of an essential to the creation of the design. Everything that you can see there. Then these fabulous clays. So we've got 2 of the beige and 1 of the ecru. Now, Debbie Bulford, is it the beige that she uses and the ecru to kind of just add a different colour rather than adding white to everything?
Yeah, if you add white to everything, you just get a paler colour. Whereas if you're using, if you want a more tonal sort of graduation in your colours, if you like, beige and ecru are perfect because it's not such a stark difference. And this is what I've done with this particular necklace. Rather than using the clay straight from the block, I've mixed it and graduated it down. So every time I get to the end of cutting, I scrunch it all up, add a bit of ecru, a bit of beige, and I'm getting something different all the time, but it's tonal, so it all works together.
Yeah. So if you think, oh well, I might only use the nudes just a little bit, then these are essentials for your stash anyway if you're into your polymer clay. Then we've got the gleam. It's your glide wax. Oh yeah, let me just take them out of the pack so that you can see the fabulous colours that we've got here. This rich gold is, look at that. Hold on. Hand cream, never a good idea. I quite like to smell it. Is that wrong?
Amazing. No, it smells so good.
I think because it's like a marker pen. It's got that kind of like slightly addictive no smell to it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do get them home, I do not recommend smelling them. We also have a great gold. So we've got the rich, so we've got the brighter gold, the rich gold, and this one is the gilt.
And this really does look like, you know, on sort of National Trust when they're picking out ceilings and embellishments like that, it really is that beautiful gold leaf colour.
Right. Oh, great. Yeah. And this gold leaf's not cheap.
Really expensive.
Yeah, because
really
I looked for it for a crafting project and I was like, I'm not sure. I had to completely change my design, which was like gold everywhere. I went for tin foil in the end. Great colours. Now, again, these colours, they work so well with the nudes because they're part of that kind of family. But you don't have to stick with that, do you?
No,
you can use those on anything. On blues, I like golds and blues. And again, if we wanted to go nautical with this chain, and then we've got some of the flakes as well. These are so popular and great for dropping on jewel enamel as well, aren't they?
They make really great embellishments, and it's great to come in and get this particular kit because, like you said, you've got your tonal elements in the clay, but you've also got all your finishing elements as well, and these just go on and on forever. I mean, I've hardly touched the pack that I've had, and I know it's not going to run out on me anytime soon. These are really good, long-lasting products.
Lovely. So this is everything that you are getting, your 3 packs of your polymer clay, your 3 gleam waxes, your flakes, your chain, and your finding pack. Everything that you can see on the screen for one incredible price. Now, Pip, what was that? You were what, sorry? You were going to go as low as $32.95. That's not bad, but we're going lower. Good. That's what we like. Get ready at under £30. Under £30 that we're going for here. This is great value. And we're about to go to Hannah to see how beautiful just this and only this.
I mean, that price is incredible. I mean, that chain itself is brand new in. It's not been available anywhere else on the website. It's not released for general sale as yet, so that's the only place you can get it, is your perfect nautical chain in this pack. at the moment. Exclusive.
I remember the first time I worked with Natalia, she did a piece that had some chunky chain around the back and then loads of the, it was when we were doing the spools of chain as well. Yeah. So she had the chunky chain here and then like an embellishment or something here, which can be anything, and then loads and loads of chain.
I mean,
and I was in shopping in London, just in a shopping centre in a Westfield, and they was like picked it up, I was drawn to it, I was like, that's gorgeous, and that was 40 quid.
It's just crazy. When what I would recommend if you're new to jewellery making or just starting out and you perhaps looking for inspiration, do what Sarah said. Go to Westfields, go to your shopping centres, have a look, because I think you'd be really surprised at what people are selling, what is basically synthetic stones and synthetics for. When you price comparison to what you could make, it's a really, really good way of looking for inspiration.
And talking of inspiration,
let's go for it.
Where do we start? Now, I see you've got this. I'm worried about your hands.
Yes, now this is quite interesting. It's quite good that I've brought in this cutter because it really does amplify just how good the nylon cutters are. Because if I just, that's it, show it to camera, the metal cutters all have a seam. So that seam, when you press it into the clay, actually transfers an edge. So it's something you then have to sand out when you've finished. Whereas the nylon cutters are seamless. So you haven't got any sort of bumps or nicks or anything like that in your edge of your clay when you're finished. And in fact, let's grab one that's the same size and I'll cut them out. That's pretty much the same size. So this is your nylon. I push that in. Really lovely. You see, it's not actually hurt my hands at all, whereas the metal ones do. And then that's the metal one. If I just hold it up to camera, oh no, you can pick it up from the top, just about. You see on the top edge here, you've got the seam transferred. Yeah. Whereas this one you haven't. And the great thing about the nylon cutters is you're given a much wider cut around. So when you peel back the edge, it doesn't get stuck. There's no sticking. Whereas the metal ones sometimes do get stuck in place because they're still quite close to the rest of the clay itself. So that's a really, really nice tip for the nylon cutters as well.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay, so what we have to do is we're just cutting out lots and lots of different squares and things that are going to form the basis for our design. Now, what I wanted to do was try and show that you can almost use polymer clay like a paper. So you're looking at folding techniques, and I'd love to see if anyone can get their clay sort of thin enough and malleable enough. You can actually do origami and things like that with the clay.
I was just thinking of one of those.
Yeah, a little thing you can possibly do that. I mean, imagine that on a little charm bracelet or something like that.
That'd be so cute.
So that was the idea behind this particular design. So what you do is you just cut out several squares of your clay. Now this is mixed. This is ecru and the beige. It's probably 3 parts beige to 1 part ecru. And then it's rolled through the polymer clay rolling machine just to really, really even it up. And if you're mixing clay colours, make sure you're really, really, really mixing it. Go to town. If you think you're finished, carry on mixing, because then you're getting a really even tone across the piece. And this is actually the sheet width. I've put the roller onto number 3, so that's the thickness we're working on at the moment. So for each one, you see obviously under the studio lights it's quite warm, so it's very, very malleable, and you want it like this. I know normally we say if you want it to work with it when it's quite hard because it's easier and you don't get colour transfer, but I want it to be quite flexible. So I'm just picking it up and I'm taking 2 corners, folding them over and into the middle to create that very dynamic shape that we can see throughout the necklace. And you see what I'm doing is I'm really pushing down just in the centre, because if the clay is touching, it bonds when you bake it. We're just picking it up and taking it to one side, and we're just literally repeating that process over and over, and you can get quite quick at it actually. Folding them into the middle and just squishing them down. And you notice what I'm trying to do also is be really, really careful with my fingertips, because I don't want to get any imprints of your nails in the clay, because that just adds more work at the end, trying to file everything away and polish everything over.
Yeah.
So each time I'm folding over, folding into the centre and squidging down, just so that's nice and secure. What I did when I made this, I made extra, so I made lots and lots and lots and lots together, all ready to go in the oven and be baked. At this stage, what we can do is neaten everything up. So you can grab one of your little pointy tools like an awl, or even your bead reamer you get in the starter kit, and you see where you've got sort of transfer from the cutters. You can just scrape that away and just even the edges up and just take all your clay away. But anything you do now to make your life easier when it comes to cutting and polishing, just makes the finished job a lot quicker. So I'm just taking all those excess bits off and neatening it up. And obviously at home you can take a lot of time just to make sure everything's folded, everything's touching, everything's neat. Now comes my favourite bit. We're going to use our gilding flakes. Now you notice I'm applying these when the clay is still wet, because that's when it adheres to it properly.
Okay.
Now the great thing about these gilding flakes, it's really, really deceptive. There's so many in this pot, they probably explode all over the studio when I open it.
Yeah, be so careful, aren't you?
So just opening it.
No one sneeze.
Don't sneeze or breathe. And you can already see it's already starting to come out of the pot itself. Now I've done all of my designs, I've done all of my sample pieces, all of my demo pieces, all of my test pieces with this pot, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of little folded pieces of clay, and it doesn't look like I've used any gilding flakes, which I think is fantastic. This particular gilding flake box actually has all of the same colours that your gleams are in. So you've got your light gold, your rich gold, your red golds, everything that you need. And what we're doing is we're just going to grab a little handful and pop it onto the clay. It might seem a bizarre way to do it, but that's how we're doing it. And we're just popping them on the top surface there. Let's move those to one side so I'm not going to blow them everywhere.
Ryan was very impressed that was not a brand new pot.
I know,
He was like, wow, but it's so full.
So at this stage, what we can do is just take off any excess, and you want to take your fingernail, the sort of larger surface area of your fingernail, and rub. And what you're doing is basically you're burnishing that gilding flake into the clay. You don't need to go mad, you don't need to really, really push it hard or anything like that. You just want to ensure all those little areas are stuck. Now if you've got any excess, again, just using a poker tool, just take off any excess there, or poke it round and stick it in place. What you can also use, and I spotted these outside before I came into the studio, is if you've got the silver clay kit, and I think we do sell them separately on the website as well.
Yeah, you do, because I looked at.
Yeah, I just thought it might be quite a nice way to use it. If you've got dexterity problems, or if you're like me, you've got some bit shaky hands or anything like that, you can use a burnishing tool, and we sell these agate burnishers online, and you can do the same thing and get the same effect from them. So let's just grab a little bit of the gilding flake, pop it in place, and you see I'm not being too precise about it, it's all about looking rustic, and then just stroke that over, and you've probably got a lot more control rather than trying to use your fingertips, and you can actually poke the gilding flakes down onto the surface and really, really burnish them into place.
It's funny because you don't think you've got much on there, and then because it's crinkled, and as soon as you start smoothing it out, it just
forms across. Now you can add several layers to this if you want to, if you feel that you want more on there or you want it in a different area. You can really, really pile the flakes on. So that's quite a large flake there. And I'm just going to start by pushing it down. If you've got a larger piece, you just want to get all of those areas sort of poked down so they're touching the clay, and then you can just start to burnish it into the clay. You don't want to go too mad because you can distort the clay if you push it too hard. But you just want to ensure that you're getting a really, really nice finish. And you see, as soon as you start straightening out all the crinkles, you're getting such a high shine from those gilding flakes. They just look beautiful. And you mentioned earlier about the gold against the blues. I mean, imagine this on a navy clay, and then against the lapis that we're bringing up soon as well.
That lapis is incredible.
It is really, really crazy. I could see the pyrite inclusions from over here, and I just suddenly thought, you know, we're doing Pharaoh's gold. That would be an amazing take on this particular design, to mix it in with that, you know, lapis and things like that.
Yeah. Producer Pip, who's turning into designer Pip, just said, what if you did? So you did like two colours. So you cut out maybe that, and then with blue, and then you put the blue on the bottom, and then when you hold it in, it would be amazing.
Blue. Yeah, because you'd then get a really, really nice stylistic geometric pattern as well. Yeah. And depending on how you hang them, when we come to do the end techniques, you'd give a really, really interesting look. You could almost like dog's tooth pattern you could get from this particular design. But yeah, mix it up at home, try it your own way as well. So before we pop these in the oven, once you've got them all set up with all your gilding flakes and you're happy with how they look, you just want to get one of your little pointy tools and push it into the very, very top of your piece. And you see I'm just turning that around slightly, just to create a little hole. Now what that is doing is allowing you basically the area in which you will then apply your findings, so you can fix this all in place at the end of the day. So what we do then, you can pick it up on your tile, and you can actually put the tile in the oven as well. You'd bake all your pieces. It depends on your oven, but I cook mine at about 120 for 15 minutes. When you take the clay out, it will still be soft. So don't worry and don't think, oh my goodness, you know, it's not worked or something like that. It will, as it cools, it hardens, and the polymer clay pieces actually bind together. What you can also do is you can, if you feel that you need more baking time on it, take it out, let it cool, and you can bake it over and over and over again. So if you're doing embellished pieces and you're doing different layers of clay, you can continuously put it back in the oven and rebake it. What I always recommend, because we all know if you've ever baked cakes or anything like that, that ovens cook at different temperatures. So instead of making all your beautiful scales ready to use and putting them in and having a disaster, use some scrap clay just to test your oven as well. I find the left side of my oven cooks quicker than what my right side does. So
you need a new oven.
I do, really. But it does. It's one of those things. So I always bake in a certain point, so I know that it's going to come out the same each time. It's just a little tip. Once they come out of the oven, they're all set and ready to embellish further with things like gleams. Gleams. Now, we get a lot of questions upstairs in the office, and people have perhaps brought the gleams a couple of months ago and find when they come to perhaps open them and use them, they haven't screwed the lids on tight enough, and the gleams dry up. Now, you know, don't panic, that's not an issue. What you can actually do is just add a tiny little bit of terps to the gleam itself, mix it in, and you'll get lovely soft gleams ready to use again.
And then you can just store it again, and it'll last you forever.
Exactly. Now, I have no idea where I put them. There they are. I am using cotton buds for this technique. Now I'm using the sort of flat cotton buds to get a really, really good surface finish to the gleams. You can use your finger to apply the gleams to the surface of the clay, but for me, I'm incredibly messy. So I know if I try and use my finger to do this, I'll get gleam on me, on the cats, on probably all the surfaces around the house. So I always get used just little cotton buds to apply this. So what we're going to do is we're going to wipe a little cotton bud in the centre of the gleam. And again, this is the gleam that I've used for all my demo pieces. And again, I've hardly used any of it. So it goes a very, very long way. And you can go to town, you can get a lot on the cotton bud ready to use. And for me, it's all about those finishing touches. So a lot of people, when they're making jewellery, forget edges. And if you think with earrings and things like that, it's edges that you're going to see most of.
Especially earrings,
they turn and twist. So for this design, what we're going to do is actually apply the gleam up this straight edge. And it's almost like painting. And you can go as far around as you want, and you can leave patches clear. But you see, I'm just literally just applying that gleam to the edge of the piece. I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to apply the gleam to the other side as well. And you see, if you get these little bits of gleam that sort of fall over the edge, rather than panicking, you can just turn the cotton bud round, push it onto the surface that you're trying to apply the gleam to, and continue to wipe it into place. And it's really as easy as that. Now what we also want to do is, you don't have to, but if you want to add texture to the surface of the clay itself, using the cotton bud and the gleams, we're just going to literally brush it on really lightly, because it's quite a dark colour gleam, and then you can get a really nice even coating just to the tip of the clay there as well. And you can, if you want to, embellish it further. You can wipe pieces away, almost just almost like you're, you know, when you're doing those sort of antique pieces, and it's almost like a aging effect where you're taking product away from it. It's that kind of look as well. Now, just to demo how different these gleams are. That's the darkest one. Let's go for the lightest one, which is what we were discussing earlier. Looks like the
gold leaf.
The gold leaf. Let's get a nice amount on. And again, just brush down the sides.
I love it on the sides. Again, if you just had just quite a plain piece, maybe you know, just like a normal square or something, and you just had it gleamed on the side, like instantly it just gives a little bit of flash of something interesting, and you can keep it really simple.
It just gives another dynamic to the piece, and I think it shows those added interest to your customers or to your friends, if you're making for friends or family, that you've actually thought through the design, that you're not leaving pieces unfinished. There you go. If you wipe that beautiful gold onto the surface, it is such a rich colour gold, and it's got lovely shine to it as well. And what you're actually doing there is balancing the design as well, because you have the gold at the bottom picking up the same golden tones in the top of the gilding flakes as well. So I mean, I could carry on for hours with this gleam, just doing this technique, and again experimenting with different ways of using it, and it goes on so well.
Now, you don't have to cure that or anything.
You don't, no, not at all. All you have to do is just let it dry. It's just imagine as if you're painting, and that's all you've got to do is just let it air dry. Probably within 10-15 minutes you're fine to use it. You're not going to wipe off the surface or anything like that. And again, good practice, once you've finished using, always pop everything away with the lids tightly closed, and that just stops your gleams from drying out as well. So once we've got to this stage, you might be thinking, okay, so that's all very well and good, but where do we go from there? And it's actually, it sounds complicated, but it isn't. You just need to work out measurements. Now, what I've done on my piece is made a really long line necklace, but you could do it just as simply with 3, or you know, work out like that. You know, you don't need to go mad with it. Now, what I found with working with polymer clay is sometimes it can be quite brittle, and that just means you haven't perhaps mixed it as well as what you should have done. And that does make putting jump rings through and then trying to twist the jump rings into place difficult, because you can then split the areas of the clay. So I was sat, and it's actually a Perspex technique that I use, and I thought, well, why not apply it to clay? So what we can do is grab head pins. So I'm using the beautiful heart-shaped head pins. Then,
because I've seen them on the TV, but I hadn't seen them in person since they've been out.
They are like, so nice, and it's again just little design features that add that little bit more to your pieces. So what we're doing is popping the head pin through all the way through, and then we're snipping down probably about halfway. So I'm just going to grab that.
You don't have to waste that, you can use that for something else?
Absolutely not. I mean, you can go on to make a second head pin out of that just by rolling one end and using that. So I've obviously, as you can see in the design, used not a huge amount of chain. I can get all of that design out of one chain with spare. So this is a really great way if you're uncertain how to attach chain to things as well. And it works a bit like a rivet. So once it's on, you get movement from it as well.
Right.
So what I've done is popped the chain onto the head pin there at the back of the piece. So I've got the heart at the front, pin at the back, with the chain attached to the pin.
We've had a little question come in. Would you ever sand the edges?
Absolutely, yeah. If I was at home, what I would do is you can sandpaper it. But because if you take enough time during the initial stages with your sort of poker tool, just to take anything rough away, you can get away almost without sanding it too much. But what you would do with clay is never sand it dry. What you want to do is sand it wet. So you have to do that before you put any gleams on, and use the sandpaper you get in the starter kits.
Okay.
Immerse it in water, immerse the sandpaper in water, and just rub the edges, and that gives a really nice high shine finish to it.
What was that? Would you use a what? Sorry. Oh, the sanding sponges. Yes, you would use those. Yeah,
absolutely. Now those sanding sponges, as I say, do come in the starter kit, or we do sell them separately, and I believe Pip has put a bundle together later for the sanding sponges as well, because again they're transferable. You can use them on Perspex or polymer clay.
And metal clay as well.
And metal clay as well, absolutely. In fact,
here they are.
There you go. And what we have actually in stock are several different finesses. So if you're looking to get a very, very high shine professional finish, you need to start at your medium fine and work your way up. I think it's to super fine, ultra fine that we have.
We've got
loads of micro fines. So you work all the way up in the different finenesses. I know it sounds crazy. You've got fine, super fine, ultra fine, micro fine, but if you work your way up in the different finesses, you're taking away, each time you sand, you're taking away the previous sanding. Because when you sand polymer clay, it leaves lines.
Right.
So every time you get finer and finer and finer until you've got completely smooth finish.
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely. So you can get all of these. Would you use these on the acrylic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, again for the same principle.
Exactly the same principle.
Because when you first launched the acrylic and you had the cat, and I had made some stuff at home, I couldn't get over how amazingly smooth yours was.
You can literally get, if you put the time in, it doesn't take a long time, it's quite therapeutic, but if you put the time in, you can get a mirror finish to your acrylic especially. With
and
these.
it just adds value as well to it as you're selling it on.
Yeah.
So we've got the 5 different stages here. They are medium, fine, microfine, superfine and ultrafine. Where you can get all of these. Now the small ones that I have in my my metal clay starting kit are great, but I think something like sandpaper, you just need to, it doesn't last forever.
No, it's a consumable product, so you need to keep replacing it.
Yeah. So we've got the 5 different ones here. KWGC97. Now the price that you should be paying is $39.75. Do not forget the quality of these sandpapers and the fact that you can just chop it up. You only need a small little square. That's what I've got in my one. But this is what you should be paying. However, this is what we can do you today. Oh, now remember what it was over £30. £27.95 is great value. It's the quality of the sandpaper that you're getting here, and if you use good products, then they're obviously going to be easier to use and they're going to create a better finish. I was at a makeup party last night, and I'm a little bit haphazard with my makeup, if I'm honest with you, and there was a lady there who works for a big brand as well, and she was saying you have to have the good tools. You have to have good tools. Without it, you're just, you know, a painter and decorator does not buy a cheap brush because the hairs are going to fall out and everything, and that's why. And I think that the finish that you get with these, because I use them with my metal clay, are second to none.
Absolutely. And the great thing about the sanding sponges is you can use them wet and dry, but also you can roll them. So if you're doing inside rings or inside curves or anything like that, you can match the curve by rolling the sanding sponge as well, which I think is just fabulous.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's move on. We're going to leave that up there just for a little while for £27.95. Great saving on those.
So what we've got to is head pin through, chain on the back, and then you've got this sort of length of head pin. And what we're simply doing is grabbing them in the end of our pliers and turning. And what we're going to do is just encourage that head pin round to form a little loop. Now if I just turn that to the side, you can see what I mean. It's just made a little loop to the edge of the pin there, and what that is actually working like is just like a rivet. So you've got a lot of movement to the end, the chain can move freely, the piece can move freely, but it's a lot easier than trying to put through a jump ring. And also it probably works out cheaper as well, because I believe head pins and things work out less expensive, and if you're looking at sort of saw cut jump rings and things, than your head pins. Now, to work out how to sort of finish your piece, it's totally up to you. But what I did was space it, so we had quite a tight graduation at the top of the necklace and then a more longer line at the front. And I worked out that the space between, if you're looking just to attach one to a chain, you want about 5 links. So 5 links including the link you've put through the pin. 5 links up, cut it, and then you can add a jump ring and add it to a chain. And that gives a nice balanced look. What you can also do is space them so they fall just like they do in the necklace. Now if you're spacing them, what you need is 24 links up before you attach the next pin. So that's how it would sit. So you've got the different pieces. So
and that was with using the second smallest
cutter. That's the second smallest cutter. Yeah. Obviously it will vary depending on the sizes. And then you'd actually attach your head pin through the 44th link to allow for the drop of the piece itself. So 24 links in between to get to the point, and then you attach the pin at 44 links. It sounds like an awful lot, but they are very, very, very small links. Once you've done it once, you don't have to then count again, because all you have to do is line up your chain next to each other and it's quite easy. Now I find with jump rings, what I'm trying to do is, you know, put them through, count my links, then I've lost my count on the links and I've got to start again. But whereas this, with head pins, all you have to do is through, then sort of line it up and know, I want mine to sit there.
Easy.
And it works as just a pointer. You literally are then right in the right place.
And you're not going to get anything that will twist round as well.
Exactly, yeah, because you're working, it sounds crazy, but you're actually working on the flat.
Yeah.
So what you're doing, rather than trying to make sure everything's in the same way, because when you're working with jump rings, you've got to find that link that makes sure it hangs in the same way, which is always just a nightmare. And it's just a lot easier to run up your chain and think, right, I want it to sit there, hook it through, and it's straight on a pin. Really, really great technique, really, really easy to use. And once you've done that, you just repeat that process. You do a couple more, and then you build up a chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this one down, because the other question we get asked quite a lot here at Jewellery Maker is, my jump rings don't fit my chain. Which, you know, it can happen. Your jump rings are sometimes a wider gauge than what your chain internal diameter is. But there's a really, really nifty way on how to solve that. Grab 2 flat nose pliers and position them either side of your link, and pull. Now it might not look like it's actually doing anything, but what you're doing is, rather than an oval link, what you end up with is a round link.
Clever.
So what you've done is instantly increase the internal diameter of the link itself. So whereas before, these jump rings are a little bit of a snug fit on the chain, which I will demo. I just open it. Again, you notice I use 2 pliers for opening things, and it's just because A, that's how I was taught, and B, it's a lot easier than trying to have your fingers in the way whilst you're working. But if I grab a jump ring and the end, now this is the unstretched link, it's a bit of a faff. You can get it on, but it is a bit of a faff. Whereas on the link that's been a little bit opened up, it goes on straight away.
Really good tip there.
Yeah, really, really easy, and it's something that I have tried on all of our chains that we've had in with finding packs, and all of our chains that we've had on reels. And if you're really careful, you can just about get away with stretching it to fit all of our jump rings as well.
Amazing.
So it's a really, really handy tip. And again, you'd then pop it on to your chain, your metre length of chain, and I have popped them onto every plain link. Now that is only because you're using a plain jump ring against a plain link, and for me, design features, I want plain and plain rather than using a twisted piece.
I adore that chain. I just
so pretty,
love it.
So pretty. And again, you notice I instantly go and grab.
Pitt's just told me we've got it in rose gold as well.
We have, I know. Imagine that with the lapis and everything.
In this shade, in this show.
Beautiful. Oh, have we in this show? Fantastic. So that's how we do. And again, as I've done, just pop the jump ring together, closed with 2 flat two flat nose pliers to close your jump ring, and that just affords you a lot more flexibility and a lot more dexterity as well in trying to close your piece.
Perfect.
And that is really as simple as that.
Oh, now we've got this in a different colourway.
Oh, fabulous.
So let me see. Oh no, it's not exactly the same. It's a bit more of a polymer clay for beginners. So if you haven't yet got onto the medium of polymer clay, obviously you can see what Hannah's doing here. You can have a little look on our YouTube channel just to see what you can do with polymer clay. I mean, there's so much, isn't there?
Really
It's an incredible medium. You've just seen the gleam as well, and we've got some gleaming in this pack. So great colours. Colour for spring is what it is all about. You cannot wear enough colour this spring. Now, some people, they don't really like to wear colour. I know for some reason I feel like I'm quite a colourful person, if you know what I mean, but I do have a lot of greys in my wardrobe, and you can't always afford a new wardrobe, but you can afford some nice jewellery to brighten it up.
Yeah.
So we've got an amazing pink here and an amazing blue. Now what do they actually call the pink? The pink is a magenta pearl, and then the blue is called it's blue translucent bleu. Très bien. Then you've got the Polymer Clay DVD as well. Now this is Polymer and Wire Fusion project. Brilliant. Two great mediums in there. And then we've got some of our gleam as well, our gliding wax. Great colours. Gilding wax, I do beg your pardon, I got told off for that last time for saying gliding wax. Gilding wax in two blues and the green. Gliding wax is what you put on your surfboard, isn't it? Gilding. Then we've got, as you've already seen, we've got some gliding flakes. So that's what I'm doing, I'm mixing the two. No, it's gilding again. I was convinced that said gliding. Nothing's gliding in here. Nothing, just me out the door. Gilding flakes, and this is in the silver. We've already mentioned how expensive gold leaf is. The silver leaf is just as. So it's great that you can use that. We've already seen how it's used. Then we've got our blades. Now the blades, you've got the stiff blade for the straight. You've got a flexible blade that you can just bend for curves. Then you've got the rib blade, which is like a pinking shears, and then you've got a safety cover as well. Always be safe. And if not, you'll be sorry. And then we've got a white and black as well. Can't go wrong with white and black. And if you wanted to play around with the colours that you've got there, then you can always lighten it or darken it with those. We've got a roller, essential. We've got, what are those?
Pins, I don't think they come.
Oh, they're the pins, so that when if you're making beads or anything, then you can pop those on the, then you can pop them in a tray, in a narrow tray, just so that your beads will cook equally. Then we've got some cutters. Now you cannot get a cutter this size anywhere. Some people are just buying it. Some people who do sugarcraft and stuff are just getting this kit just to get that because it's so useful. Can I pick them all up together? No, I can't.
Almost.
So close. Let me just show you the, are they going to fall out? There you go. So you're getting all of these. You're getting 2 little bits of your sanding paper as well. And you're getting your little Perspex. These are essentials for making rounds, actually, so you don't get any imprints on your hand. Oh dear. And you're getting 2 of those. Oh, and we've got another thing of it's everything that you can see there on. Looks far prettier than I've done. You're getting everything that you see there on the screen. That includes your 4 packs of Polymer Clay. This is what you should be paying. $37.70. Don't forget, you are getting everything. As soon as you get this kit home, you can go. As long as you got an oven or your friend's got an oven, then you are absolutely ready to start playing around. But this is what you're actually paying. Not $37.70. We're going into the 20s on this one. As a starter kit, $25.95 as a starter kit is exceptional. You can really have some fun with this. Jump on the phone lines. It is, of course, a free phone number, 0800 644 655 is the number, and you can, of course, buy on the website, JewelleryMaker.com. We've got to move on. We've got about 10 minutes, I think. So what's next, boss?
What I would say is I can demo it how to make earrings, but just in that starter pack alone, you've got the black and the white, so you could do your dog's tooth pattern. Yeah. And you can use the magenta and the blue pearl. Now the blue translucent, sorry. The blue translucent actually bakes with a clear consistency, so you can see through it. So with Pip's idea, you could have the magenta on the back and the blue on the top as the centre, and fold it over, and you can see through, so you've got a hint of what's coming through on the edges. And when you fold the edges over, you've got the beautiful rich magenta on the side. I think that would look fab.
Debbie Bulford, really quickly, Debbie Bulford was talking about making like sea glass.
Yes, you
Is
can.
That with the translucent
Absolutely.
one?
If you mix it with the ecru from the pack before, you can get a much more lighter sea glass colour, and it will look perfect. It's exactly right.
Brilliant. Great, lovely, thank you.
Moving on. What we can do is using the pieces that we've already gleamed up and the head pin technique, I will just show quickly how we can make the earrings as well, and then you've got your final piece for your design. So again, it's exactly the same principle, but we're just using one dropper instead of counting up the links and making a full necklace. So what we can do is grabbing one of the head pins, straight through the top. Now this is already baked at 120 for 15 minutes. It's got the gilding flakes on there and one of the sort of more bronzy gold gleams to it as well at the top there. And what we're going to do is just pop the head pin through as we did before, just the same way for the necklace, and trim that down about halfway. And again, keeping all of your offcuts, because you can make extra head pins out of them.
Definitely.
Or you can use them in resins and your jewel enamel designs as well. But what we just do is, as we did before, roll. And you see I'm taking my hand straight out and turning it back round so I can continue the roll on my pliers. And you see how I'm actually rolling. I'm rolling to ensure the side I'm rolling fits neatly against the side that has just been rolled. So you get a really, really neat finish, and that just curves round tightly to create your link there. And again, for your drop earrings, you can almost measure them against what you're wearing or how your hairstyle is that day to depend on what you actually want and how long the drop you want to be. Drop earrings are always very, very popular at this time of year. So we're going to go, I think it was 9 links up, which is roughly about there. Now what I'm doing is I'm using my, my wire cutting pliers just to nip. Now what I don't like to do is go straight across and nip both sides. I like to take them out, turn the link around and nip the other side as well, just to ensure I get a really clean cut on it. Sometimes if you go straight across and squidge, you get the 2 links in it. So you're actually cutting 2 links at the same time. And what you don't want to do is waste any chain, so you're just cutting that 1 link out.
That's a good tip for me actually, because I'm a bit more haphazard with it.
Yeah, it's just
and I tend to cut off like a little bit more, so then I know that I'm not going to, and all.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is cut too little.
Yes.
And then you're too short on a design, because it's very, very difficult. Although you can do it with jump rings and things, it's difficult to actually add to this kind of design. Now, for me, again, I just want to make sure that my findings for my shepherd hook there, it's slightly thicker gauge than perhaps what the hole through the centre of the link is. So grabbing my 2 flat nose pliers, I'm going to hold either side of that chain link and just pull. And you have to be a little bit forceful with it, because obviously they're very securely made chains, but it will give. And you see, if I can get my fingers out of the way and hold it up to camera, just how that makes it a round rather than an oval there. And that allows you much more. You can even get thicker gauges of wire through that now as well. And that really opens up your design techniques. So what we're going to do is we're now going to attach this to our shepherd hook finding. And with all findings, what you want to do is open that little gate either towards you or away from you, so you're not putting any metal fatigue on the metal itself. Now the easiest way to try and do this is almost hold the earring in the direction you want it to sit, and then you're just sliding that stretch link over the top and then closing it in the same direction, using your flat nose pliers just to ensure you're making all the metals meet, and it's a really, really neat finish to your earring there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
And what you can actually do, obviously with earrings and things, if you want to embellish the back with more gilding flakes, you can do that when it's still wet before it's baked, or you can embellish it with more gilding wax as well, just give it a different look to the plain.
Lovely. I just want to show this bundle before we go for a break. Like we were saying about if you wanted to do this with blues and golds and things, look at this sailor blue.
Perfect.
I love this. What do they call it? I don't think they call it sailor blue.
Is it ultramarine or navy?
Ultramarine, that's it. Along with a grey granite, which I haven't seen.
That's
a lot of the
nice.
work is already done for you in that. Fabulous. And this one as well, a white granite. I love these. That for me is the hornpipe. I love a hornpipe. One of the first pantos I was in, I learnt a hornpipe. I was in my element, especially when they gave me a sailor costume. My goodness, that was one happy 10-year-old. And then we've got this great colour here. Look at that. Yellow is really in. This is, it's called yellow translucent.
Perfect again, so you got that translucent consistency.
Oh wow! So you get perfect. And then do we get the gilding wax? Gilding wax as well. In the peacock colours, peacocks.
Perfect.
Always, always good. Then we've got, look at this, the gilding flakes are brilliant.
And they're picking up all the tones in those clays as well. You've got blues,
I've not
yellows.
seen that pack before with the blues.
Because that's gorgeous.
Beautiful. Then look at our chain. Rose gold, and it's in the twisted, chunky chain. Gorgeous. Think how you can use this. You can have some fun with this. Use it as a feature in your design. It's something a bit different. And then last but not least, a bead scoop. Now these bead scoops, the ones that are in the bag, they're weighty. And the great thing is look, I can see we've got pyrite in here, we've got lapis in here, we've got some agate, some banded agate. We've got some, what I think is probably turquoise, and we've got some snowflake obsidian in there. Incredible, incredible. There's a lot of beads there. Now we're calling this Mystic Jungle. Incredible colours. I'm loving the blues. The granite polymer clay is brilliant. The fun that you can have with that. I adore this. The price that you should be paying for all of this is $34.60. Now, when you think about what the beads you're getting, I mean, how many strands are in there?
Goodness knows. I mean, it's full.
I would say 4.
Easily.
Easily 4. More than 4, we reckon, of just strands in your bead scoop, and this is the price that we are going for. AGC 62 is your item number. 23.65. Now, even if you've already got lots of the basic stuffs, have you got the granite polymer clay, which so much of the work has already been done for you? Have you got this fantastic blue? Buy one of the translucents. See how fun you can, how much fun you can have with it, what you can mix it with, and then you've got your gilding wax and your flakes. The chain. I saw magpies and silvery bling stuff is coming in.
It really is, absolutely.
For spring, which is unusual.
It is unusual at this time of year, but we want to be on trend. We want to be getting it out and ready to make for those craft fairs and for our friends and family. So come in and get the bundle now.
Yeah, and all of this. I mean, the bead scoop alone, if we were talking about one of our cheapest strands, we would say is like $6.95. You'd get all that in your bead scoop.
Yeah,
and then you would essentially get all that for nothing.
And again, the rose gold chain there is actually twisted, and we know how popular wire twisted pieces are at the moment with the twisting tools, so you can embellish it with your own twisted wire as well. I just absolutely love it.
So the code is AYGC62. It's a free phone number. We're going to go on a very, very quick break. 0800 644 655. Check out of your baskets, and we will see you straight after this.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Book now to take part in the Gemporia experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of our TV studios, meet the presenters, and learn about gemstones and jewellery. The price of £169 includes an overnight stay at the picturesque White Swan Hotel, a buffet lunch, refreshments, and a 3-course dinner. Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away.
Welcome back to the Designer Inspiration Show here at JM Towers. It's Ben. Ben's showing off on his camera.
Epic, Ben.
Epic. Epic designs there. Now, which bundle's nearly sold out? The Mystic Jungle is nearly sold out, so if you have got it in your basket but you haven't checked out, then you need to do so ASAP. I'm sorry to rush you, but we are running low, and this is some of the beautiful stuff that you get in the Mystic Jungle. Gorgeous peacock colours, and your granite polymer clays, exceptional. Now, we do have to move on from that because we're just going to do a little bit of a recap. Which one first, the cutters or the lapis? The cutters. Let me just show you. I'm just going to zoom that over there. Now the cutters, we've got them back. They're the big daddy-os, fat daddy-os. I love the way they're called, fat daddy-os. And it's the nylon cutters, and we've got them in the square and in the round. You're getting 9 in each pack. Look at these, and as we were saying, first of all, you get an incredible finish on them. Can I have that and just show? Thank you. That Hannah brought this one in from home of a normal cutter, and you can see that there is a join there. Well, when she cut out the polymer clay, you could really see that join. It made a big difference. On this, that is something that you are not going to get. They're beautifully smooth. Also, when you push down on this, it's thin. Oh, can you see my hand? See, I'm suffering from my art. Can you see? Whereas this, nada. Oh, I did, but it doesn't hurt. Maybe it was because I used that pot. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Ready? You can't really see any of them now. Cool, that was a good experiment. I should be on News of the... What was that programme, Tomorrow's World? Oh, yeah. I used to love Tomorrow's World.
That programme.
Yeah, what happened to Tomorrow's World? That hurts, trust me, that hurt, that doesn't. They're nice and rounded, very, very easy to use, and it's all about that precise cut that you are getting. We're getting a lot of people who are putting it in their baskets on this. Have a play around. Do you want to have a little...
They're much nicer.
We've only got... We've got under 50 of the cutters left. Okay, 22.95, RHGC 54. You can use them for your polymer. We started out with over 100 of these. Great for your polymer clay, great for your metal clay as well. And as Hannah was saying, if you want to mark your leather, it won't cut through your leather, but you can mark your leather with these as well. And also, you can put them in the oven.
You can, yeah.
So if you wanted to mould things around them, so maybe, for example, let me see, if I wanted to make a bangle, I can see that that size fits me. So I could make something around that.
Yeah, absolutely, and then pop it in the oven. If you sort of prop it up in the oven, you can mould around it, and then you've got whatever shape you want, basically, from these cutters, which is fabulous.
Brilliant, brilliant. They're really nice. You can feel the quality on these. Don't forget, we do a 30-day no quibble money back guarantee. So if you get these home and you're not too sure of them, then that's not a problem. You can send them back to us. But we are sure that you are going to love these. Hannah is our buyer for for our channel, for Jewellery Maker, and you get the best stuff in that you can, don't you? It's all about the quality. Now the lapis, I'm gonna. This is stunning. This is definitely the best lapis lazuli I've ever seen. I love the stories about lapis lazuli as well. My friend was telling me that she was in a show at the National, and it was all about art. It was with Fiona Shaw, which is, I think she's amazing. And they had somebody come in and tell them all about pigments back in the early days of painting, and the fact that the Virgin Mary is blue because of lapis lazuli, because lapis lazuli was one of the most prized pigments, and that's why the Virgin Mary is always depicted in blue. But this blue is just incredible. It's deep, it's rich, it's deep, but it's got a brightness to it. Do you know what I mean?
It's really bright, yeah, definitely.
And then with those flecks of pyrite, your fool's gold in that as well, it's just beautiful. I have never seen lapis with such a vast amount of the pyrite. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? You're getting 140 carats here. Now these are approximately 11 times 5 to 18 times 9 on a 16 centimetre strand. They are plain rice beads. You would not want to facet these. The way they have been polished just brings out that colour and that beauty, that natural beauty that is there in the stone. I think this is just stunning. Most definitely the best strand of lapis I've ever seen. Right, let's bring you in a price on this. $14.95. Again, we are talking quality here. 30-day no quibble money back guarantee. If you get this home and you decide that you don't like it, then that's not a problem. You can send it back. I don't think you will. Hannah, what are you thinking of this lapis?
I absolutely adore this lapis. I mean, to me, it reminds me of the same qualities of like Fabergé enamel, where you've got such a cool and rich brightness from the surface. It is just stunning, and when you say you've got so much pyrite through it as well, again, it's something you can only see in natural gemstones. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Now this is, we're going to leave this with you. Yay. Now you can't walk out the door with it. Oh. Well, actually, I don't know whether you can. But who am I to tell her? But you can have a little challenge. Yeah, I'm going to head back over. We will be coming back to the Ox in a very short space of time. Look. How pretty is this? And there's more. There's a lot more to it. Love it. This is Perspex and jewel enamel done together, and we're going to go over this very, very shortly. But first, let's have some strands of beads. We've got to get some coloured stones. I mentioned that rainbows are coming onto the catwalk. It's all about colour for the spring season. So where are we starting, boss? Now, what I love about these is, okay, we've got a fabulous brightness to this, but it's the way they are strung as well. The way the drill hole has gone through them. It's slightly on an axis, which makes for a really interesting strand. Look at those. 160 carats. This is your yellow chalcedony. Now, chalcedony does have an amazing translucency to it. Really interesting stone. It was chalcedony that one of the ladies on our course has, wasn't it? And we were cooing over that. She had a stone and she wasn't quite sure, so she showed it to the Ox, and the Ox did confirm that it was chalcedony. Great translucency. Now, these are faceted puffy coins, so they're really going to pick up the light. Look at that. Beautiful. Approximately 16 mils on an 18 centimetre strand. Look at that. Beautiful. Just 3 of these together, just the way they are strung. It's just so interesting. Maybe with a little tassel at the end. You could make the tassel out of your chain. Oh, we've had a question in for Hannah. Oh, we're bringing it up. We're bringing it up. Hi all, is there a definite list of which beads can be baked in the polymer clay without damaging them, please? That's a really good question. Thanks, Jude in Norfolk.
Yeah, there is actually on our blog site, which is www.tumblr.com/JewelleryMaker, I think. There are links to it on our Facebook page. Natalia actually put together a whole list of gemstones that could be baked in a kiln and fired. But in that list also goes into lower temperature firings as well. Great,
lovely, thank you, really, really useful. Thanks for that, thanks for Jude, I hope you're having a good show. FRRU64 is the item code for this yellow chalcedony. Amazing colour, amazing translucency. It's your faceted as well, but it is the way they are strung, which I just love. Imagine several of these on a bracelet, and because they're going to sit really interesting on the on your wrist. Let me just show you. I love it. I love the way they sit. Beautiful. and using these in earrings or to have them dropping so they're cascading as well. Have a play around. Right, let's bring you a price on these. The telephone number is 0800 644 655 and these are £11.95. This is for this incredible chalcedony, that amazing yellow, second to none really. It's a very easy to wear yellow because you could go mix it with sort of more browns if you wanted to, or you could go, imagine this with red garnet or carnelian. Imagine this with carnelian and pearls maybe, just because pearls would then be like that little bit bright. Oh, speaking of pearls, we're going to move on. Numero 10. These are pretty. They've got that brightness, that real brightness, so you've got that pearlescence with it. Now, we've only got 47 of these. That is for the whole of the British Isles and anybody else who's watching us. Spain, Texas, all over. It's lovely to have you with us. Now, 47 of these white cultured pearls. They're Baroque pearls, which means that they're slightly different shapes, but I think that just adds to that beautiful organic nature of them. And we're going under £5. Under 50, and we're going under £5. Don't worry, I don't think she's listening, Pip. I think she's worried about her lapis. She doesn't know that we can take it low. 0800 644 655. Get ready, because this is your price. We can't stay long on these because we think that, wowza!
Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
I was thinking £4.95 was ridiculous, but no, we've gone for £3.95 on those. Look how beautiful they look next to my skin tone. I think it's because it's when you've got something bright white, it's it always makes you look like you've got a bit of a tan. And this body ain't seen sun for quite a while. So I think that looks beautiful. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Look at this for luxury. Turquoise and pearls. That is so beautiful. The turquoise is coming up later. I don't want to take that off my wrist. I want to leave that on there. We're going to do the turquoise next. Beautiful. £3.95. Bulk buy on this, bulk buy on these. Imagine if you wanted to, I always talk about the flapper girl strand. Bulk buy on these. Maybe with a little spacer, if you wanted like a silver spacer or a gold spacer in between. We are going to sell on these. If it's in your basket, you do need to check out as soon as you can. Only ever one postage and packing. Lots of double buyers. Susan in Staffordshire, Pauline in Sussex. And we've got some new telephone callers as well. If you are new, don't forget you will get your free DVD and oh, what do we call it? Booklet as well, which has all the basic techniques. This is exactly what you'll need. Personally, at that price, how many would I want? I'd go for 3. I would go for 3 to make a really long. This is one. So. That, oh, it would easily make a choker, but I'm thinking for a long flapper girl dress, maybe 3 of these. You might want to go for 4, 8, 12, £16 for a long flapper dress. Have a look how much pearls are. We've got loads of new people coming in. I don't blame you. You might, if you're on the phone, I'd just add some more in for this. We're down to the last 10. We are in single figures on this, but there's more people who haven't checked out of their baskets than 10 people. Okay, there's 15 with people with it in their baskets, and there's 10 people who haven't checked out. There's going to be some disappointed people. I do apologise. Right, we're on to our turquoise. This turquoise is a great, great colour. Now, turquoise to me is one of my favourites because my mum got given a turquoise ring for her 21st birthday from her mum and dad, and it's always been in her jewellery box, and I've always looked at it, and I always thought as a child I'll grow into that one day and I'll be able to wear it, but I've got scrawny fingers and I still can't wear it, but I just adore it, and it's set in gold, and obviously it's got a history to it because it was my grandma and grandpa who bought it for my mum, and it was my mum's 21st, and I need more turquoise in my life. That and flamingos, personally, I'd quite like. Do you love flamingos?
I love flamingos. Who wouldn't love flamingos?
We need more flamingos in our lives.
We do. We do.
There's a bar in London that has flamingos in the garden in summertime. It's on a roof.
What?
Yeah.
Do these places exist?
Oh yeah. Next time you're in London,
Right, we're there. We are there.
we're going to seek out the flamingos wearing turquoise. 50 carats of your natural turquoise in your puffy coins here. They're approximately 6 times 3 mils. Beautiful. I do like turquoise with gold. Now, I tend not to wear much gold, but I think it just brings out that majestic and the fact that it's a real ancient. It comes from, and it's got that feel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely agree. And it's all about what colours work together as well.
Yeah.
You're bringing out the richness of the blue against a highlight of gold and yellow, and I just think it works perfectly.
Yeah. Here at the Jewellery Maker, we only ever have genuine gemstones. Now, turquoise, beware of imitations. There's a lot of it out there. Get the real McCoy, and obviously you can pass that on to your customers as well. Let's bring you a price on this. 0800 644 655 is our telephone number. It's just $19.95. Genuine turquoise. Now, you can buy a certificate of authenticity that will prove that you have the real McCoy. It's only 50p if you check it out in your basket, or you can speak to the call centre and they will send it to you and add it to your invoice. However, you can also download it for free. You just have to print it out at home when your order has been dispatched. Now, we do it when your order has been dispatched because we want to make sure that you don't cancel that order and you've got the certificate that you could then use on something else. No, we're very protective of the stuff that we are selling and the quality that we are selling as well. $19.95. Look at it. It's that matrix. The matrix is the mother stone, which is, as you can see, the kind of marbling, the darker effects, and that's the stone that has kind of been compressed around it, and that's what we call the matrix. Beautiful. We've got under 30 of these left. We are busy now. We're very, very busy. After the pearls and how beautiful the pearls looked, then to bring you beautiful genuine turquoise as well. Absolutely stunning. Delicate, delicate. I'd like it. I'd like a little turquoise ring, a little wire ring with just these. Maybe just like one. Think of turquoise stud earrings. How much would you pay for turquoise stud earrings? This is the sort of thing that I would mix with gold-plated 925 as well. Lovely. We're very busy on that beautiful strand. Not a surprise. Moving on. Oh, we've got yellow sapphire. Now, yellow sapphire. So we have got up here, we've got diamonds. Sapphire and rubies are the next most sought after gemstone. And here we've got sapphire. Now, there is a bit of a problem with sapphire. I'm hoping the Ox can tell us a little bit more, but I'm well aware that it's becoming really difficult to get hold of, isn't it?
Yeah, we're having, not just us, most companies, most commercial companies are having an awful lot of difficulty sourcing sapphire, and that's for many different reasons, mine closures, different buying restrictions, and it's just something we cannot get at the moment. Anytime we see it on screen, just buy it, because we don't know how long we can bring it still to screen for.
Wow, so you just know if you're going to get it, our prices are fabulous as well, but this is a strand that you could essentially keep, and in 20-30 years time it could just triple.
Yeah,
we just don't know
what's going to happen. So yeah, it's one of those really interesting times. So if you're a bit speculative, I'd go for it really at the moment.
Yeah. But also when we have yellow sapphires on, you can't help liken it to canary diamonds as well.
It's a very, very similar look, isn't it?
Beautiful, very, very pretty. And the fact that you've got faceted rondelles here, they are approximately 2 times 1 to 4 times 2 mils on an 18 centimetre strand, 15 carats of yellow sapphire. Pip, I don't like your tone of voice it was a little bit cheeky. If that had been, he just went, we're gonna do something very cheeky. We're going under 50. We're going under 40. Oh, we're going under 30. 29.95 for your yellow sapphire. Now we don't know what is going to happen with mine closures. As Hannah has just said, it's becoming very difficult to source. This is your yellow sapphire. Again, you can buy the certificate of authenticity. It's just 50p, or you can download it for free once your order has been dispatched. This is something, again, you want to prove to, we can prove to you, because before we sell anything, before anything comes in to our vault, it has gone through 3 lab tests to prove it is exactly what it says it is. Otherwise, we're not going to touch it with a barge pole. Now, we can prove that to you. Can you prove that to your customers for just 50p, or just downloading it for free for when you are buying things like turquoise and sapphire? I just think it's well worth it. Well worth it. £29.95. It's a free phone number, 0800 644 655. Don't forget to check out of your baskets on JewelleryMaker.com. Only ever 1 postage and packaging. We're on our last 40 in stock of these. Beautiful, beautiful. Moving on. Oh. Yes, I was on the wrong one. I was like, I don't think so. This turquoise banded agate. So turquoise is just referring to the amazing colour on these. Possibly my new favourite colour, having looked at these. Beautiful. Now, what we have here again is Mother Nature truly at work. So some of these stones are a more dense colour, and then others you've really got that banding where you've got translucent bands, you've got transparent bands as well. For example, look at this. Look at the patterns on these. Pip wants these on a ring. It's very similar to the ring that I bought the other day, absolutely. We have a shop, if you haven't been to JM Towers, we do have a staff shop, and the last time I was on, I went a bit bonkers before I came on air, because it's where we stand before we have our changeover, which is just a little bit too tempting. Look at these. They are so pretty. Look at that one. This is 100% natural. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's like waves. That's more like on a tree. Again, it's all natural. Look at that one. This one's my favourite. Love it. So you've got the colour turquoise in this banded agate. Oh, with the pearls. Stunning, 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 stunning. Look at these. How pretty. And don't forget, all this section is all about bright colour, bright gemstones, perfect for the up-and-coming seasons. Let's bring you a price on our banded agate, $7.95. You're getting great colour, and you're getting natural beauty here, because that banding is sensational. Absolutely sensational. I'm just going to do a little count on this just to see how many we've got, if that's okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. You're getting 20 rings. You can make 20 fabulous rings with just a small amount of wire on this. Sell them for a £5. 20 rings at a £5. Nice little profit on your $7.95 there. Brilliant, brilliant. Right, we've got to move on. Now, this is going to go with everything that you've already got in your stash. Sometimes it is difficult when you're dealing with colour to know what to mix it with. Well, with this, you're not going to have a problem. This is your white quartzite. They are puffy ovals, 10 times 8 mils, and you're getting 100 carats. Again, it's got a great translucency to it. If you mix these with a chalcedony, oh, how pretty, with a blue chalcedony, with that mirroring that amazing translucency, that something that you just can't get in imitation. WBGP63, it is going to go with everything. We're going to have to rush it because we've got a lot to get through before we go on a break, and this is your price. £4.95, under £5. Think how you can use this. Is there anything that you already have in your stash that this doesn't go with? That's the burning question. Let's have your suggestion. I don't know, you don't know. Do you know that one? No? Why does the brown cow give white milk when it only eats green grass? Clearly on my own.
No.
I bet there must be people at home. Give me support, people at home. If you know this song, Why Does a Brown Cow Give White Milk When It Only Eats Green Grass, let me know. £4.95 on your white puppy call. But we've got to move on this one. Box 30. Oh, wow. So now these, very similar to the turquoise agate that we have, but it's got that twist in it, in the rectangles. Have a little look at this. 370 carats of this blue stripe agate, twisted rectangles. They are 18 times 13 mils. Ah, they're incredible. It is like, what were you saying, Pip, about photos that you see of the seaside? Yes?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Anna's nodding.
Yeah, because the sort of lighter colours are your sands and your beaches, and then you've got the waves coming in of the lighter banding.
Good. Yeah, they're going with I was thinking more of like impressionist art, you know, that would kind of like show it. But they're lovely. Regardless, photo or art, we love them because you're getting all that natural beauty. They'd make amazing cufflinks. Oh my goodness. This colour is really popular for bridesmaids as well, isn't it? I was a bridesmaid in this colour. So to have cufflinks in it, and your ushers, the ushers had cravats in the colour. Have cufflinks, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, we're going to have to bring you a price on this. FMGP 51, and this is your price, £7.45. That natural beauty, the way these have just been, they've got a rectangle, it's just been slightly twisted. Really looking beautiful, these are. 0800 644 655. And don't forget, if you're buying on the website, you do need to check out of your basket. There's only ever one postage and packing. Now we are going to go on a very quick break, which will give you time to jump on the phones for those. We are coming back with acrylic, jewel enamel, amazing, and the Dremel. The Dremel is back in stock. Do not go anywhere because it is coming back after this break. Very excited. We're going to be drilling and stuff. Can't go wrong. See you after this.
There are 2 easy ways to purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview or FreeSat, and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay 1 postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy to follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new Jewellery Maker hobby.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
On the 25th of February, come join us on Jewellery Maker to see our Mix Up Tuesday show. We're shaking things up and presenting you with a different theme every hour. So it's fast paced and loads to see this Mix Up Tuesday on Jewellery Maker.
Dremel, 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 Oxberry.
Ah, I like that
what I did there. Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. Now, I am a little bit annoyed that we brought back the Dremel because last time we had them out of stock, I was waiting for a long time for my Dremel.
Yeah.
I went elsewhere and purchased a Dremel, and it's not as good as this one. And I didn't get these.
Yeah,
which I need. Yeah. And these, in the shop that I got my not so good Dremel, is quite expensive.
Yes, we have managed to get a really, really lovely accessory pack included with the price of the Dremel.
Included with the price.
Included with the price of the Dremel, and actually it really does, once you see it in action, when we use it a little bit later on, it all starts to make sense why you do need these pieces and what fun they are as well.
Now, I love my Perspex, and you don't have to just use it for that, do you?
Not at all.
There's like for so many other crafting needs. However, as soon as I got this, I could create more pieces in a day.
Yes.
Now that makes me happy because I'm a little bit. I drink a lot of coffee, and I like to do things perhaps at a speed that normal people wouldn't do. So, and this was really nice.
Well, it certainly does speed everything up. Now, perhaps you're at home and you're thinking, oh, maybe it's not for me. Get it home and try it. It will change your life. I mean, even down to being able to polish polymer clay.
Yeah.
You can start it off with your sanding sponges and then just blitz it within seconds on the Dremel because it's so easy and fast to use. Anything that's a time-saving device is super handy when you're jewellery making, especially if you're making to give to friends, if you're a bit pushed on a time limit, or if you're making to sell on. You're actually saving yourself money because what you're doing is allowing yourself more time to make.
Yeah, and what you've got here as well, again, which mine isn't, is this is cordless as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's much more easy.
And it's a lot, mine's bulky.
Yeah.
And I've only got little hands. And this is more like a pen to
It
use.
really does. It's styled like a pen, so you can actually get all your engraving adaptations. You can engrave with it. The kit itself, I think, comes with stencils and things, so you can engrave through these stencils. But also, you're not limited, because you can take these to your craft fair and be working on your store, because you've got your rechargeable batteries to it. Instead of having to find a PowerPoint and plug in your Dremel in, this allows you much more flexibility with your piece.
I just love it. So what are you actually getting here? First of all, you're getting a cordless Dremel. You're getting that. It's got a really quite cute little pack actually for something that's you know, you buy in stores that perhaps don't have a lot of design. I think it's very well thought out for someone who likes things to look pretty. And then you've got your polishing compound, which is really useful, isn't it? So you use this, so you put this onto one of these, is that right?
Yeah, you put the polishing compounds onto your mops, and that basically acts as an abrasive, but not a hard abrasive. It gives you your finishing high shine polishes to any surface. So you're talking if you're polishing sea glass, if you're polishing polymer clay, perspex, enamels even you can do with this. Obviously bear in mind it's a rotary tool, so it does create friction and heat, so you have to be very, very careful in how you use it, as you would do with any power tool basically. But you are quite right with your polishing compound included as well.
Something that I don't have, but I remember you told me, I think you need a polishing compound. Is that on its own is great, but I imagine it's much better with that.
Well, it's a time-saving device, but as soon as you put the polishing compound on, you're taking off all the light scratches, which you can't do with just the mop alone.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad I'm on today. Then you've got these. Now, these are the cutting wheels, so it doesn't cut like a jigsaw. You have a wheel, and then you just use the pen, and you just go, Wah! And that's basically all you do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Pip just said that also sounds like the noise you have when you have a filling.
Yeah, do you know what?
It's not.
They're all interchangeable. The same dentistry drills and then dentistry bits and things you can actually use in your Dremel as well. So, yeah.
No, okay, we don't advise home fillings. So you get loads of these, 20 of those. That's great. Again, if you were buying, this comes in here. If you're buying these on their own,
yeah, they are expensive. Actually,
it's great to have them as part of the kit. Then you've got some more sanding bits and pieces here.
Yeah, and they come all on the chucks as well. So you've got one on your bit that goes into your drill, and then you've got your extra ones to replace once you've used up your sandpaper on there. You can replace it very, very easily onto the chuck.
And this one here is for the insides of things? Or?
Yeah, it is. You can use it on the outsides as well, but it's basically any internal curve. So any curve that works internally you can get and follow really, really easily with this particular drill bit.
Great. We've got some more drill bits, and then we come to this. Now this is what I looked at this. I mean, they're not ridiculously priced, but to have it as part of the Dremel is exceptional value. So can you just talk us through this?
Yeah, absolutely. What you've got in there are more polishing bits, different types of polishing bits on different gradients. So you've got different abrasiveness. So you've got really, really quite hard abrasives if you want to polish something very, very quickly. It's great for creating curves, because if you imagine taking a bit like this and pushing it against the edge of the Perspex, it's a very abrasive substance, so it's going to go straight in, but what you're going to create is a lovely curve to the piece as well, without too much effort, without having to sit and cut for hours or anything like that. And then it goes up in gradients. So you've got then the grey ones, which again are really, really nice, hard, abrasive, and you've also got different style polishing mops in there as well. This is actually like quite a bristle mop. So what you can do with that is polish the edges on the first stages of polishing, or you can actually satinize your Perspex as well.
What do you, just get like...
Yeah, so instead of high shine finish, what you can get is a really, really lovely matte finish as well, which is a really, really great look depending on what you're going for.
Lovely. Thank you so much. We've sold quite a lot already. Right, let's bring on the price of this fabulous deal that you're getting. You are getting everything that we have shown you. That includes the Dremel and the polishing kit, which does not normally get sold along with the Dremel itself. The Dremel is so very, very easy to use, and this is your price. $69.95. Good. I'm glad everyone's got a bargain. Good, because I, silly, wouldn't wait and bought an overpriced Dremel. So jump on. If you don't want to be like me, get it now. It's a great, great value. And I just want to, compared to the one I've got, this is so easy to use. It is. It's just a little pen. Have a look. Have a look how easy that is to move around. Mine is heavy. Look at that.
Well, we were discussing earlier, I have two. I have one that's set up on my workbench, which is for home use, so it's static, I can't transport it anywhere. And it's the one I got when I did my silversmithing degree.
Yeah.
And it's great, it does the same job. I can't use it. So if I want to come to the studio, I want to come to workshops and that, and actually travel around with it, this is ideal because I can bring this one with me.
Yeah. Love it, love it. Oh wow, loads of people jump in on this one, and you will not be disappointed. Half the stock has gone. We've got Julie in Tyne Weir, we've got Carol in County Down, Lisa in Aberdeenshire, Annie in Devon, Marion in London, Vera in Derbyshire, and we have got some people who haven't checked it out, their baskets. Oh, that was funny, it's just suddenly gone, just as I said that. They're all, people are checking out now, absolutely, good on you. You will not be disappointed. We are going to go over to Hannah Oxberry and see exactly how you can use this if you wanted to use it with acrylic. But for all your crafting needs, I know a lot of people, they love doing all sorts of crafting adventures.
Exactly.
And there is so much that you can do out there. And this just spans everything, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah.
Look. Carve, grind, polish, cut, sand, and miscellaneous.
Yes, there you go. Anything, absolutely anything.
You see, you throw in miscellaneous on anything, and it means that, yay! Brilliant. We've only got 16 of the Dremel left now, so I'm very happy. The melting pot is out.
I love this medium. So what we're going to be showing today is Perspex, but we're going to do Perspex with a twist because I knew the Dremel was coming back in. I can actually finally show how you can add layers to it, how you can embellish it and all this type of thing, because it really does take your Perspex jewellery to the next level. And Sarah's actually very kindly modelling one of the pieces.
Really kindly, you had to force me. I saw it on the bus, I was like, this will match my dress, I've got it.
So we've got two separate pieces there as well. So you've got a little pendant with gemstone tassels and actually a brooch as well.
I love brooches.
The
world needs more brooches. And the great thing about this is it's just so easy because you can just glue that on.
Absolutely. It's a little bit messy on the back there because I got a bit carried away and wanted it done very, very quickly. But you can obviously take time at home to make it very, very neat. And then we did go a little bit to town and make a full-on avant-garde catwalk piece.
Here she
which
is.
is being modelled very kindly by
little dancing partner.
Natalia's model there as well. So you can see you can go really, really, really big, bold, funky, or bring it back, make it more commercial, make it much more wearable for everyday use, and create single pendants as well from this particular technique.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. So where do we start?
So what we're going to start with is
shall I just show you what you need to do?
Yeah, let's start with that.
You know what, I should show you. I'm just so excited.
I want to get into
this is like my kind of show. I'm like, oh my goodness, everything's amazing. Right, now, enamel. Look at these incredible colours. This surprisingly goes a long way, doesn't it?
Long way,
now,
yeah.
I always think when you have something ground down, you're going to think if it's going to melt, then you're not going to have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it completely
Sometimes
makes sense.
you think if something's ground, it's like coffee, it doesn't go as far by the time you pushed it down. This lasts a long, long time. So we've got, the colours that we've got are fire opal, amethyst, let me just show them like that, light gold, which is amazing, purple sapphire, and ruby red. Great, great colours. Then you are getting a sheet of white acrylic. You're getting your findings pack. You're getting your brooch clip, pin, I should say, your brooch clip pin, and then some glue. Everything you need. Everything you need. That's the findings kit that you can see there on the screen that includes a metre of chain. You've got your, I love this new findings kit because the beads are my favourite. I'm just going to get the beads out just so that you can see. I love these so much. Aren't these gorgeous? The Dremel is nearly sold out. If there's anybody with it still in their baskets, you do need to check that out. It's right at the bottom of the screen. Gorgeous. all for one price. Everything that you need. You know, we've even gone and thrown in the glue and the pin as well, and your sheet of Perspex. Now, when I bought the original starter kit, I thought, I don't know whether I'm going to have enough Perspex here, but actually you've got plenty. As long as you just have to be a bit careful with it, really, don't you? You don't want to waste any.
So it uses all the gaps and fills in all the gaps. It actually goes quite far.
Love it with your sheet of Perspex. All for one price, WOGC05, and it's just $29.95. Look at all the jewel enamel that you are getting here. That's 5 fabulous pots. You're getting your findings pack as well in your gold flash copper plated, 100 pieces of your copper findings, your sheet of Perspex, your glue. Brilliant, great value. And now let's show you what you can do with it, or how. How to do it. So where do we start?
Well, we start with our sheet of Perspex. Now I've, just for easiness sake, grabbed 2 pieces, but you can just cut your piece in half to create the same effect. If I just turn it on its side, what you'll see is I've actually stuck 2 pieces together, so it's 2 sheets stuck together just by binding sellotape around them. Sounds absolutely crazy, but it will begin to make sense once we start to cut the piece. Now, my inspiration for this particular design comes from the cutouts collection at the Tate Gallery by the artist Matisse. So that's, you know, people often ask designers, where do you get your inspiration from? And I find art is a great place to start. So galleries, anything like that, fabulous. Now, I wanted to show how organic looking you can get Perspex to be, because often when we say Perspex or acrylic, we think of something very sheet, very flat, very square and angular, and actually you can make it look very organic as well. Now what I'm doing, the Perspex comes with protective sheets to the surface, so I'm just grabbing a marker pen and I'm just going to draw, and I'm not got any idea what's going to happen, but it will just be a shape. And you notice how I'm trying to use lovely curves to the piece itself, and that's what I'm going to cut out.
Lovely.
You don't have to stick to that. When you start cutting, you can mix it up a little bit more, but it just gives you an idea and a guideline. Now within that, I know I want to make this into a bezel, so I know on the surface layer I'm going to make a cutout through the center, so I'm going to draw that in now as well. And again, I don't want to follow the outside, I want to make something a little bit different on the inside to the piece, just to create a little bit of texture and something a little bit different. Now to begin cutting, what I always suggest is you want to grab something like one of your needle files and actually score the edge. Now the needle file pack I believe is coming up later. I'm actually using the square file just to cut into, to create a nick in which to put my blade to begin cutting.
Okay.
So I bring that to the edge. I'm just going to push my chair out of the way, which was making a lovely pleasant sound. Sorry about that, everyone.
School.
So what I'm doing, as you can see, is I'm just running that needle file down, up and down and up and down, up and down on the edge of the Perspex, and you will see why. When I grab my saw, I've got somewhere in which to put the blade. If you try and cut on the edge, you can do it, but you see you're sort of swinging around all over the place. Yeah. You'll eventually get purchase on it, but it's a lot quicker and a lot easier to go straight into the little nick you've designed and cut. Now if you're at home, obviously don't cut on your dining room table, because I wouldn't want anyone to damage their dining room tables. I'm just cutting on the edge here, but you can come and grab one of our bench pegs to work on, which will affix to your table or your craft bench and be a much better surface to work on. But to cut the Perspex, all we need to do is literally moving the saw up and down in a really quick and fluid motion. Now you see I'm not tipping the sword forward. Sword? That's interesting. Sword. Don't even know where that one came from. I was thinking Game of Thrones, maybe.
That's what it is.
or pulling the saw back. Now what that is doing is ensuring there's no pressure on the blade. I'm not pushing into the Perspex with the blade either. I'm literally just running that blade up and down the edge, and it is doing all the work, because it will do. Perspex is a very forgiving medium. And you see, once we hit the edge of where we're going to start moulding around the piece, I'm going to be turning the sheet of Perspex rather than the saw.
Okay.
So treat it like a pair of scissors. With a pair of scissors you move the paper rather than the scissors themselves. And it just makes it a lot easier for curves and things like that if you're moving, you see I'm moving the sheet as I'm moving around that curve, and that creates a much more fluid curve and something a lot easier to polish and work from. If you get to a point and you think, actually I want to go in at a different angle because perhaps your saw blade is hitting or your saw frame is hitting against the sheet of Perspex, to take the blade out rather than just pulling it, because you can damage the blade that way, you have to saw backwards. Now that sounds a bit crazy, but if you saw the opposite direction to what you were sawing, it comes out without sticking. If you just grab and pull it, you end up splitting the blades.
Yeah, I did that.
It's really easy to do. Now, don't ever worry if you split the blades or crack them, because it's how they are. They will eventually get blunt, and they do need replacing. And that's really easy. I think I've done a demo on tutorial website on JewelleryMaker.com on how to change the blades on your saw and things like that. But it's, you know, everyone done it. I mean, we had a Perspex workshop the end of last month, which was fabulous, a really great day, and everyone was very much, oh, I've broken my saw blade. It's like, it doesn't matter, just grab another one and put it in. It's absolutely fine. It's no worries at all.
In the starter kit, it comes with a big tube.
Oh yeah, you've got a huge amount of saw blades, and you will break them. It's just how it is. So once you've got to a point where you've cut all the way around your edges and you're happy with the shape, you will end up with 2 sheets of Perspex cut to the desired shape. Now you see the outline is exactly the same because we've stuck them together. So once you've cut it all out and removed the top one from the bottom one, you've got identical shapes, and that is a lot easier than cutting out one, drawing round it and trying to cut out a second one. You can do that, it just takes a lot more work afterwards to sand and polish it round. Yeah. So at this stage we can introduce the Dremel. Yay!
But I cut with the Dremel.
You can cut with the Dremel as well. I haven't got any other bits for cutting, but that's probably a little bit more advanced. It's probably easier if you're starting out to begin with the saw blade and then start experimenting with the Dremel, adding your different bits to it, adding the different chucks, and just having a really good time with scrap Perspex and just trying it out. Now, obviously we've got this centerpiece that we really just want to cut out, but obviously we don't want to cut from the edge because that's going to create a mark to your bezel side. So what you do, using your Dremel and one of your drill bits, I've got just one of the fine drill bits on there and you'll see why later, all you need to do is create a little hole to it, and we're going to use it on a low setting. Now again, I've got a protective cover, which is a bit grubby, so I do apologise, but a protective cover on my desk to work on. So just clicking that onto low, and you're holding it straight down, and you're going just inside one of the black lines that you've created, and straight down. I find it quite easy if there's any tight curves to pop in there as well, and again there as well. Now if you're drilling or sawing, anything like that, or polishing the Perspex, make sure you keep a hold of it, because as you saw there, if you lift your hand off, it swings round, and that can be quite dangerous, so you just want to make sure you keep it flat to the desk itself. To cut that inside, what we do is just take your blade and unscrew the bottom end of your saw. Okay, so that's going to spring the blade out. You can then insert the Perspex, and remember to keep the line that you've drawn up towards the top of the saw, so when you flip your saw over you can see the line to follow it, and you just click that through one of the holes that you've created. I'm trying not to get my head in the way to do that, there you go, and you just run that up so it sits on the blade itself. Now this is where it becomes a little bit fiddly, because obviously you've got to hold this in place without putting any strain on the saw blade. Now how you do that is, it looks a bit weird, but you actually bring the saw to the edge of the table to anchor it in place. So then you've got hands free. You just then pop the blade in and ensure that it's just sitting without any tension being caused by the Perspex itself, and then twist and tighten that into place. So then you've got your piece that moves freely on the saw blade itself. You check the tension, that needs to be tightened just a little bit, so we unscrew and just tighten that round. And what you've got then is the right tension on the blade, and we discussed in the workshop how you want it to be more like a harp sound rather than a banjo.
Right.
That's a good way to remember it. And again, we bring it to the edge. Now obviously I'm trying to work against the bench here, so at home you'll be working on your bench peg. And you cut it exactly the same way as you did when you were cutting the outside.
So that's, you move the Perspex.
You move the Perspex, not the saw. So that's just cutting around, following the line. And then where you've got any tight curves, you've actually put the hole in place already. So when you get to that hole, the blade will pop into it, and then you can twist the Perspex, you know, a full 360 degrees around, and then you can create quite nice tight angles on the curves as well, which is quite nice. So you literally cut all the way round, following that black line, just taking it gently. And you see moving the Perspex instead of the saw, and you're keeping that saw upright all of the time. Now the nice thing about Perspex, every single process that you use is transferable. So when you start, if you want to try like metal work, metal sheet work with copper sheet, aluminium sheet, anything like that, it's all the same techniques, but it's a lot easier on your hands and on your arms because it's a very, very soft material. Rather than trying to fight against silver, which can be very, very difficult to cut because it's strong, this is a lot easier to cut. Once we've cut out the inside, you will get what is basically a whole opening in the Perspex itself, 2 separate sheets. So this is just a frame, and then your other side is your base layer to it as well.
We've got lots of questions.
Okay,
can we get a question in? It's about the Dremel.
Okay.
Okay. It is, can you cut jump rings with the Dremel, and if so, which tip would you use?
You can do. It would be difficult to do unless you cut them and keep them on the gizmo coil, because obviously you've got your fingers in the way. So if you're using a power tool, I'd be very, very careful how you do it. Practice first rather than going straight in, because if you're putting a cutting disc, which is the discs in the pot, the stacked pot, into it and then trying to cut a rounded surface, you can slip. So I'd recommend really practicing it first, and only go ahead and do it if you're confident using the Dremel, because it can be a bit tricky, but yes, you can do it.
Lovely, thank you. One more coming in. We're in single figures on the Dremel. There are a few left that we're in single figures. Hi Hannah, how do you polish polymer clay with the Dremel? I thought you had to use water to polish.
You do, but what you can do is use the more gentle mops. So you've already done all your really hard polishing on it, so you're only doing the surface polishing with your mops and things, so you don't need to involve the water at that point. So obviously you're not putting water anywhere near your electrical equipment. And you can just use your polishing mops and your rouge and things to get a surface shine to your polymer clay as well.
Lovely. Can you engrave with this Dremel?
Yeah, you can. You can actually use the drill bits to engrave, or I'm not quite sure exactly what bits and things you get in there. But if you've got any of the sort of the rounded tip drill bits and things like that, you can engrave with that also. If not, we can look at bringing top-up packs that can do that as well.
Okay, great, lovely, thank you.
Okay, so let's pretend this is all cut out.
Oh, what size saw blade are you using?
What size saw blade? I am using the biggest size saw blade in the pack, which is a 1/0, just because it's easier to show on telly, and you can show the marks better. If you want a neater finish with less cuts to the actual surface of the Perspex itself, use a finer saw blade, or use whatever you're comfortable with.
Fabulous.
Okay.
Are there any more questions in there, Pip? No, we've done all the questions.
Okay, that's good.
Thanks for the questions. Question time is over.
So imagine we cut out the centre bit. I don't want to show sort of cutting because we won't have time to fit everything in. We then need to be able to glue the Perspex together. So at this point, before we've even polished or anything like that, you want to take these areas of the protective film off. So that's one side, and obviously if we're imagining this is all cut out in the middle, and then you want to line it up. Okay, so we know we also want to take off this surface layer as well. So we just peel that back. Now, before we want to stick, we want to ensure we've gone round all of these insides, either with the Dremel to ensure it's lovely and smooth and polished, or you can use your sanding papers, cut up, and we just then sort of go in and buff the edges, just to make sure that area is really nice and clean and free from saw marks. Doesn't matter too much, you don't need to be too precise with it, because obviously we're covering that up with the jewel enamel, but it's just any surface nicks and things on the top of the bezel itself you want to eliminate. So to stick these together, you can't, well you can, but it doesn't give a secure finish. Sticking this straight together. So what you have to do is taking your needle files, which again are in the packs, you just score And basically the idea is to remove any of the high shine. You really want to go to town, so you really want to rough this up. And you really don't need to be neat with it, you just want to take away all of that surface shine, absolutely all of it.
While we're doing,
Yeah.
well, if we can leave you to do that,
Yeah.
can we just bring in this, because we're about to go to melting pot time.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did then? Now this is all the tools that Hannah has used to create these fabulous, fabulous designs. So we have the saw with loads of the saw blades. Gosh, how many have you got in there? 24 of the blades. And this is a great little tool. Again, it's for all jobs around the house and crafting and things, that you can't go wrong with this. And very important, your 12-piece needle file set. You've got flat ones, round ones, square ones, and I just went into this completely blind. I'd seen the launch of it on television, and I'd brought it, got it home, didn't recap on anything, straight in the garden with like sawing everything, and I just kind of worked out, well, what does the job need to be done?
Yeah.
And then I'd look at these and go, oh, I think this one,
That's
and have a little
exactly
play
right.
around.
With your needle files, you use curved to curved surfaces and flat to flat as a basic rule of thumb.
Yeah.
And you just go with it. Just trial it out and test it, and that's the best way to learn with
And
it.
if you're having trouble, then you just swap a file, don't you?
exactly.
And just see what's the easiest to use. Then we've got the melting pot of dreams. One of my first designer inspiration was with little lady in there, Laura Binding, and she was doing jewel enamel for the first time. Oh, these are just so great, and we'll show you the beauty of the enamel in a few moments time, just to see what you can create and the work that you can do with it is fabulous. Then you've got one of these. Now this is your Teflon coated sheet. Very, very useful. Any of the enamel, so say you've got some enamel that's in here and you've used everything you need, you can just pour it onto here, it will set, you can scoop it up once it's set, pop it in a pot, leave it there for a year or whatever, and then if you need that colour again, you just pop it back in the melting pot when it's warm, and it will go right back to what it was that original day when you started using it. It's really, really useful. You can also use it for your polymer clay, for your friendly plastic. I've got a few sheets of it for my metal clay. I mean, again, it's something that you're just going to need over and over. And have you looked at how much these are in craft shops?
Very expensive.
A lot of money. So you're getting the sheet, the melting pot, the files, the saw, and 24 saw blades, and some ultra fine, it's the foam one, the foam sander, all for one price. Hannah has put this bundle together. Oh. And Pip has said, as much as he likes to price slash, he does think it's an exceptional value.
Oh, really? Yeah, I did quite a good price slash on
She's
that.
done a very, very good price. Are you sure? Are you happy? Can you remember the original price that you put on this? Right, she can't remember. Put it up, put it up. $69.95. Yeah. Have a look how much the melting pots are. Have a look how much this is. Oh, what was that? Sorry, Pip? On our website, the Teflon sheet's $8.95. The melting pot is $49.95. It's definitely over £70. It is well over 80 as well. Great value. It's a free phone number, 0800 644 655. And don't forget, if you're buying on the website, you do need to check out of your basket. You can check out as many times as you like in one day and only ever pay one postage and packing, and that's just $2.95. So have you finished your?
Yeah, if I just show that to camera, you can probably pick it up. You've got all of that scored, so it's really, really matte surface. Rather than being shiny, you can see all the little cuts I've made to that surface. And what I'm doing there is creating a texture to that surface to allow the glue to stick. And that's really, really key. I've gone right to the edge to ensure all the edges are going to be glued up properly and everything as well. Now once we've done it to both sides, this side is done as well, we're going to pour a tiny bit of our glue, which comes in the pack. I've already taken the needle out of mine so I can get a lot of glue out in one go. Quite messy. You see what I'm like, I put it straight onto my crafting mat there. and I'm just going to grab, this actually comes out of the resin starter kit, which is one of our little wooden
Or you can just get them from any well-known coffee stores.
Or you could just like maybe have an ice lolly. And then,
I prefer that. I prefer that.
Keep them. So you're just going to scoop up a tiny little bit of glue, wind it round because it comes out with a big sort of trail of glue on it, and you just literally pasting it and smearing it down all round, all properly. You don't need to be neat because again this is all going to be covered up, but you notice where I'm applying it. I'm applying it to the bezel side, I'm not applying it to the thick side. So this is your cutout area, and I'm going all the way around with your glue to create this bezel. Now it's quite tacky, it's quite a thick glue actually, which is lovely because you can get a really, really good thick spread to that edge there, and you just sort of
I'm a
smear
bit
it all
useless
around.
with thin glues, you know, when they kind of just like everything moves a bit too quickly for me.
No, for me this is the perfect glue. You just sort of slap it all around there, and then turning it around, squidge it onto your base. Now what you want to do is just go around and line up all your edges, pushing them together so you know that your glue is sitting. If you get any glue spilling over the edge, don't worry, because again we're going to polish that out later. You don't need to worry at that stage. Now that takes about sort of 5 to 10 minutes to set, and it doesn't take long at all. But you want to just leave it instead of fiddling around, which is what I'm terrible at, because I'm going to go and play with it now. I want to do it now. So just let it set, let it go off, and it will be really, really rock hard and won't come apart. The reason why you really want to focus on these edges is because once you've finished polishing, you can get to a point where the seam is almost invisible. If you do it really, really well, get it really lined up, you can get rid of this seam, and also that ensures you've got a tight bezel where the jewel enamel is not going to leak through as well, which is great. Once that's all set, you need to go around all the edges, first off with your needle files, and just file them through. So remember we said if you're using a flat, use polishing against a flat surface, and what you want to do is push this up against the edge of the table, put a lot of weight behind it, and get rid of all those file marks. You can then go up in grade. You can use one of the more rounded ones if you've got a round surface, just to score all of those cutting marks off, and then you can begin going on your
Oh, we've got a bit of a naughty price slash.
Oh, what's happening now?
We're going to take it. Oh, why? I'm close to her. It's all right for you in there.
It's really naughty. Oh, we're slashing it.
Right. Okay. First of all, I know how much we're slashing it by, and Ben has just said, "Who do you think you are?" Coming on our show, saying something, you know, like $59.95. She's
incredible.
the boss. She's the boss. Those two in there. $59.95.
That's brilliant, because I want as many people as possible to come and have a go with Perspex, because it's such a fun medium to work with as well. If you came in and got the standing paper offer earlier as well, that comes in really handy now, because again we can work up the gradients, and again you can then create a lovely, you see how I'm sanding it, I'm brushing it over the edge of the Perspex, and that creates a really lovely domed side. Literally just going along, and it actually sands very, very, very quickly, because you see here is where I've sanded, here is where I haven't, and you can see it's already taking off. It probably can't see it because it's difficult against white, but it's taking off a lot of the cut marks as well.
Okay, yeah. We've got 5 of the Dremel left. That's 5 only, and it's right at the bottom of the screen. All right.
Once we've done all our polishing, we have to use quite a lot of imagination here, but imagine it's all polished up nicely, and you want to do that finishing polish to it. This is where Dremel comes into play again. So to change the drill bit, we're just going to grab that blue button on the top, and using the chuck that comes in, or the little spanner that comes in the pack itself, you literally pop that around and twist that undone. I've done it up really, really tight, as I would do, and take the drill bit out. You then want to continue twisting to open up. You see those little 3 little sort of grippers, if you like, are opening as I turn, and I'm keeping my thumb pressed on that blue point there. We can then insert a polishing mop, which has got my hair on it, which is kind of gross, and then twist it the other way to lock it in place. Now, as those 3 little pins begin to grip, you find you can't turn it anymore with your hand, don't assume it's then tight.
Okay.
What you need to do is grabbing your spanner again, just tighten it and lock it off to make sure it's safe, because the last thing you want are drill bits sort of wiggling around anywhere, because that can cause quite a lot of damage to your Perspex itself. So once we've finished all of this sanding, we can buff the edges to create a really high shine mirror finish. And the way we do that, make sure our battery's in place, put it onto high. What you don't want to do is go straight in, because these mops and things have a hard core to the centre of them, and if you go straight in, you will actually dent and take off a piece of Perspex. So you literally just want to rub it along the edge. And what you also want to do, this is already loaded up, you can see I've used this one quite a lot, is load it up with your polishing compound. So to do that, you turn it on low and push it into your compound.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that just picks up an even coating on the mop itself, which is great. I've already loaded mine up. So what you then do, switch it to high, and literally just rub all the way along to polish. Now it's not going to bring it up brilliantly because I haven't spent a lot of time really polishing out all the scratch marks. But if I sort of turn it in the light, you can see those scratch marks are lovely and polished now. And what you'll get is a really lovely high shine finish. So you've gone through all of your sanding papers, you've gone through the needle files as well to remove all the saw marks, then you use your buffing machine also.
I'm just checking that you've done mine well, because I'm taking it at home with me. I was just like, is she finishing it? Yes, she's finishing it beautifully.
That's quite nice.
Because it's just all really soft around there.
Yeah, and the other thing you want to do is then, using the polishing mop, you want to, rather than just polishing this, you want to start turning it into the edges.
Okay.
So what you actually get is a lovely smooth curve, rather than having a jagged stop, then you've got the curve to the side, then you've got a jagged stop again. You've just got much more fluidity to the design itself, which is what you want on a Perspex piece. It just gives that finishing designer edge to it, basically. Once we've done all that, yes. We pop it in our melting pot. Now I've actually got these little Teflon sheets that fit the melting pot. I'm pretty sure we've got those online as well. And I'm literally just popping the Perspex piece in there. But because I know that the melting pot is on a slant, I'm just going to put one of my little sanding sponges under.
Cool, we've got it.
Excellent. Little sanding sponges under, just to lift it and ensure that the actual pot itself is flat rather than on a tilt. Now I'm going to position that where I know where the heating element is. So the heating element is just positioned in this central piece here. And what, oh, we got it on camera actually. Do you want me to move it to the centre? Let me just squidge that over and line that up. There is no. There is good.
We're just getting it nice and centred so that you can see it clearly.
I just want to make sure that it's really clear on the demo, rather than it's a little bit of a stretch with the cables and everything.
Because I just want to recap, just so that you can remember that because the melting pot is slightly dipped, you just need to lift it up so you get the flat. Very important.
A little bit more. That's good. That's good.
Perfect.
Okay, so
we are going to be bringing you the Teflon sheet inside. We've got a pack here. You get 2 in a pack. These are really useful just for all sorts of jewel enamel, aren't they?
Yeah, because if you're going to be doing bezels and things that are metal within your melting pot, you don't want to put metal on metal.
Yeah.
You don't want to scratch the surface of your melting pot, so it's much easier, much more protective to do it on one of these sheets.
So even if you don't want to do this design, this is a great thing to have. Absolutely. And to start using. You are, as I say, getting 2 pieces in the pack, EWPQ32, and this is your price. $8.95. Because of Teflon. Go and have a look and see how much Teflon is out in other craft stores. Great value, and you're getting 2 in there as well. It lasts so long.
Now, this is where the fun. I just love this bit for the demo. What I'm actually using, you might recognise this from the
toolkit.
That's the one. Toolkit. Yeah, it's the scoop from the toolkit, and it's absolutely perfect for this. Because what we're going to do, I've turned the melt pot on, but I've not turned the heat up yet, and you'll see why. Because I want to have time to be able to put the powder in and position it where I want it. I don't want it to start melting straight away, and I want to build up those layers. So I'm literally just scooping it in to the centre and then pushing it out through all of the little curves and things that we've created, and just keep going. And you can, and the pieces I've done, Pip and I were discussing before we came to screen, I've done mine with all flat colour, but we can have a go at mixing the colours as well on this demo, which is fabulous fun.
I love that. White and gold, really effective.
It does look fun. So I'm just going to push that enamel up to, the powder version of the enamel, up to all the edges to make sure it's all sitting nicely. And what you see, I've got a little bit of excess there, so I can just wipe that off, wipe it into the centre. And because we haven't got the melting pot turned up yet, it's nice and safe to do this. It does get very hot otherwise. So what I'm going to do
This is the moment that I've been waiting for.
Now it does take quite a while just to melt through, because obviously you're going through two layers of, one layer of Perspex and obviously a Teflon sheet as well to get to the jewel enamel itself. But we're turning it up to the UT temperature, which stands for ultra thick embossing enamel, which is what our jewel enamel is. And that will start melting through.
Now, what I can't understand, how does the obviously the Perspex is a stronger plastic, so therefore that has a higher melting temperature.
It has
so
a
it's
higher
okay.
melting temperature, so it's not going to melt all over the place. It's a different type of plastic as well. You might have watched the different demos that I've done where I'm moulding the plastic, the Perspex, and you can actually do that. So what we have to be careful of when we're doing this is when we take it out of the melting pot, we let it cool on a flat surface, otherwise it will curve and it will bend. But it's great for making bezels and things in this type of style. Now what it's going to do, it's literally, as I say, it does take quite a while, but I like to leave the lid off because I like to see what's going to happen and how it happens. And also I like to be able to play when it's melting as well and push it into different areas also. But what you need and what you want from your Perspex and jewel enamel creations is just something that's quite natural. So the reason why I'm using flat colour and doing it this way, because you can use the pot and pour the jewel enamel into the bezel that you've created. But this is a lot easier because you've got more control over it. If you're trying to pour and direct hot enamel into a surface area, it does take a lot of skill because you can run all over the place. But this is a much easier way of doing it. And you'll notice it is going to take absolutely ages to heat up and go through. But what you're going to get at the end of it is going to be this beautiful, rich golden tone.
Fabulous.
And you see how different it is, because this looks very, very, very pale. It looks like a corn yellow. And as soon as it starts melting, you can actually see it going right in the centre where the enamel is not as thick as it is starting to go. And it just suddenly goes, which is really, really strange. But it takes on this beautiful metallic lustre and a rich, rich, deep colour as well, which just looks fabulous. So that's going to just happily melt away for a little while.
I want to see it. I'm dreadful. I'm so impatient with things like that.
Me too. I'm like, come on. And then at this point, I often get up and start doing something else, and then come back and it's melted. I'm like, oh, I missed it.
You know what I'm like with when I do a metal clay, when I've got the Bunsen. Or whatever you call it, 10 minutes seems a lifetime.
It does. Like,
it's only 10 minutes, but I'm like, I want to see it. I want to start polishing it.
It's so bad. It's so bad. You do have to have patience with it because it will take time to heat up and melt through. And of course, you can put the lid on to encourage it to melt quicker. But as I say, if you want to do swirls in it, if you want to add different colours to it, you just have to be patient. Now, obviously, on previous jewel enamel demos, you heat up the pot beforehand, so you don't have this waiting time. But because you want to apply the powder as a powder form and have time to mould it and position it, you can't do that, because if the Perspex is already hot, if the pan's already hot, if you put powdered enamel into it, it will just start melting straight away. And if you get any in the wrong place, you can't then change it. You have to then melt it out. You can't go wrong with this because you can remelt it and just pour it out of the bezel, which you can do, and you can heat it with your handheld heater, your heat gun as well, and just literally heat it and pour it straight out and use your bezel again. But it is easier to do it cold and then heat it, so it does take a little bit of time to warm up.
It's going!
You can see in the centre there it's starting to go. And you can see already it's taking on that beautiful bright gold finish, and it's starting to go all around the edges as well. And it does, it's one of these sort of demos where you do have to stand back, you do have to wait for it just to do its thing, really. But what you can do, and which is what I did on the smaller pieces, you don't have to have one at a time in the pot. You can position them so you've got several going at once, so it doesn't feel like it's taking forever. You see, that's.
But it only feels like it's taking forever because one, we're impatient, and two, we're on live television. We're like, come on,
we want it to go.
Oh, well, while we're waiting, we've got some graphics to come back. We've got that. There we go. So what have we got? Oh, we've got some gliding, gilding. Why do I keep saying gliding? This is the Phoenix Enamel collection. If it starts going,
it's going. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, look, enamel watch. It's like bird watch,
It is like
but
bird
we want to see the patterns in the enamel. Now, let me show you some more of these fabulous colours. Jet black, ruby red, light pewter.
That's fantastic.
Can we put light pewter in?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, but then we'll have to open this. Oh, she's the boss, she says we can. She said that, not me. Light pewter, light copper and fire opal. Fabulous colours that we've got going on there. Let me just twist them around so that you can, and obviously they do get more dense when they melt as well. And then we've got the gilding flakes in the copper, and in this, look at this. Isn't this pretty? Could we put some gilding flakes in it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can put anything you want into your jewellery.
Right. Oh, should we bring the price on this first? So all these, this is the 5 pots of jewellery enamel and the 2 pots of your colourful thoughts gilding flakes for, no, this is what it should be, $27.90. 5 pots, but we are going to do a bit of a deal on that one, a little bit of price slashing, and here we go. This is where we're going. Oh, we're going under £20, $19.95.
It's a brilliant price.
Brilliant value. And this goes down so quickly. But we've got 8 minutes.
Oh gosh.
So
let's grab some.
What do we do? God, there's so much in there.
Some. And you can see that's really melting away nicely.
Oh, that looks so pretty.
Let it go in wherever we want, because the surface is quite molten.
Can I put a bit of this fabulous pink colour in?
Go for it. And you see what we're going to do, perfect, is just make sure we've not got any on the edges, so we can just poke that in with the little spatula we were using earlier. Go in. Just poke that round, go in. And you see I've just moved it round in the actual pan itself as well, because I know the melting element is to the centre and this area wasn't melting, so we could just want to put that in there. And you see instantly how you're getting such a different look to this piece as well, because you're adding different surface textures to it.
I'm having a lovely time.
This is fabulous.
I love that.
And it really does give really unique, and you know that each one is going to be so different as well.
Pip's just laughing at me going, oh, do you want to do some presenting?
There you go. So that's really, and that's just sitting on the surface, because you know that the surface tension to the jewel enamel, the molten jewel enamel itself, is actually just going to grab those gilding flakes and keep those in place whilst that melts through.
That looks fab. That really does look fabulous.
Okay, so that's just going to leave that to melting to one side.
And
obviously that's really, really hot, so we need to be careful of that.
We've got 6 minutes.
Oh, 6 minutes, goodness me. The next point is then we just want to switch over our Dremel bit again. So we're undoing it so it's nice and safe to use.
If we don't fit it all in, we can come back.
Okay. I knew it was going to be a long demo.
Oh no, typical.
Typical, there we
go.
And then put your drill bit back in, tighten that up. And you see I'm always checking that it's central, because those 3 pins, you want it to sit centrally to those 3 pins. That's the safest way to use it.
Do you know what temperature jewel enamel melts at?
I think it's about 240
degrees
C, so it's really, really hot on this pan itself. And I know Debbie was saying the other day she's melted some in her oven, so you can do it like that. But the beauty of the melting pot is you can actually get eyes on and see what's going on with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now obviously you want to be able to add chain and things like that to it, so we can just drill in. And again, with your Perspex, you want to be really sure that you're going in straight. And you want to be creating holes, and you'll see why. Those holes are going to be just slightly smaller headwise than the balls on your head pins. So that one just there, you see they're just slightly smaller. And that means when we pop the head pin through, just through, the ball catches, just as we did with the polymer clay, the ball catches and it doesn't slip through, but you can create, using round nose pliers.
I just want to pop this in.
Rolling that head pin down, again, as we did on the demo before. Rolling that tight to the backing there. Rolling it tight to the backing, both sides, to create your little holders for your chain. And rolling that down as well.
Lovely.
Just nice and neat.
That's a really good technique for big pieces like this as well.
Yeah, I sort of developed this because there's no way a jump ring is going to go through there.
I've tried.
It is really, really difficult. So I thought, well, what can we do? And I wanted something like a rivet, because that goes through different layers. But I wanted something that could be easily sourced and easily used with our findings packs and things like that. And this is where the development through the jump rings came in, the head pins, sorry. We then can add jump rings, as we saw earlier. And we're just using our flat nose pliers just to open those out. Smaller ones, so it'll have to be round nose this time. So you open your jump ring out as you would do in any normal situation and hook that through the coil. Hook that through the coil you have made. Around, and you can close it. We just want to close it a little bit so you can then obviously come in and add your chain.
Fab. 3 minutes.
3 minutes, that's fine, we'll get it done.
That's fine, not a problem. Now, should I take this out, or is it all right?
It's going to be really, really hot. It's going to be absolutely fine in there for the rest of the demo. It's not going to harm it at all.
Okay.
Obviously, we're sort of being pushed for time, so instead of trying to fit on a chain and things like that, the other element you can then do to this particular design is we have the brooch pin. Now for this, you can obviously have a chain, but if you want your interchangeable jewellery, you can add a brooch pin as well, so you make it a brooch or a pendant. And to do that, you'd need to add a little clasp to these, so you can take the chain off and use your brooch pin on it as well. Now we can't, as we saw earlier, just stick that straight on. So what we need to do is, grabbing one of our needle files, is just score around to give us an idea of where that's going to be positioned. So it almost works like a pen. You've used the tip to score. And then just within, I'm using the tip of where that would sit, is almost cross hatch it all the way along. Just really rough up that surface, but you only want to do it where that brooch pin is going to sit, because you know that that's going to be hidden by the back of the brooch pin.
Cool.
And as we saw earlier with the glue, you apply it nice and securely just to that area again, because you want to stay within those lines that you've created. You know it's going to be hidden by the brooch pin. Picking up your glue, smearing that along in just inside those lines, encouraging it around, and then you have to make sure your brooch is up the right way around and squish that into place.
And how long will that take?
Again, if you leave it for 15 minutes or so, it will be set nicely. And you notice my glue, I've cut off the needle tip so I can get more of a glue flow to that. And then you're pretty much good to go. Yay!
It's a great one. I love it, love it. Great to see what you can do. I love the way you've just added on this one the gemstones at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Perspex works alongside gemstones. It works along all different kinds of mediums. And again, you're doing that exactly the same way. Drill, head pin, roll your head pin, attach your jump ring, and add your tassels.
Perfect. All these photos will be uploaded on Facebook. I think last night, it was before I'd got home, it was uploaded very, very quickly. So thank you so much, the lovely Ox.
Fantastic quick demo.
We've done so much. We've covered so much ground. So we're going to leave you to get on with some lapis.
Okay,
we're going to have a very quick break, and then I'm going to see you over there very shortly. Don't go away.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
On the 25th of February, come join us on Jewellery Maker to see our Mix Up Tuesday show. We're shaking things up and presenting you with a different theme every hour. So it's fast paced and loads to see this Mix Up Tuesday on Jewellery Maker.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Did you know that every individual gemstone in our Gems of Distinction collection goes through a 7-stage intricate process to get from the rough to a beautiful bead?
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. We are always filming new DVDs with our specialist guest designers, so visit our website for more information.
Hello and welcome back. I just had a biscuit. It was a silly idea. What was I trying to do? Look, we've got some more enamel, and we've got some enamel in fabulous colours. Light silver, rich silver and dark silver. Look at the richness of these colours. And that is coming up very, very shortly, but we're going to do some cutters. Lots of people are wanting to know, we've had loads of texts coming in, have they missed out on the cutters? No, they haven't. We do still have some more in stock. $22.95 and we're down to our last 30, the last 30 in stock. These are the fabulous Fat Daddy-O nylon cutters. They give you that precision. They should be $29.90. So we've done a very, very nice little deal on these, a little welcome back deal, as it were. Have a little look at everything you're getting. The great thing about these is they're lovely and rounded at the top. They're not going to hurt your hand when you're pushing in, and you don't have a seam on them either. I've got a little question for Hannah, so that's all up on the screen. Hannah, about the moulds that we sell.
Yeah.
Can you put the moulds in the melting pot?
Yes.
You can.
You can, because they're silicone based, so they withstand temperature. So you can pop them in, and the same way, if you're worried about pouring, you can just scoop the powder, as you did with the demo earlier. Scoop the powder in, turn the melting pot on. What I would recommend is have one of your protective sheets, the Teflon shaped sheets, and then you can do it that way as well.
Great, lovely, thank you. So it's lovely to have all these. Like, yes, you could try it out at home, but if you try it out at home and it goes wrong, then you're down a mould. But then it's nice just to hear, isn't it? Brilliant. So that's the cutters, $22.95, RHGC 54 for your nylon cutters. And then we've got our enamel. I just think these are fabulous. Like, see this one, if you wanted to use silver in there, oh, that's what you've done there as well, isn't it?
On silver.
Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got some silver gilding flakes. And we've got, now this is a clear embossing stamp, which is something that I haven't come across before. H, what does it do?
So you use the embossing stamp to basically emboss. So you grab one of your textured sheets, either from your collection or grab one offline. You stamp that all over the textured sheet, turn the textured sheet over and push it onto whatever medium you're using. So in this case, Perspex. Just push that sheet down, remove the sheet, and what you're left with is the sort of resin-like substance that the embossing ink is on the surface of your Perspex. You can then sprinkle your jewel enamel over that, and just as you were, you know, when you were a kid with glue and glitter, lift it up, and the enamel will only stick to where the embossing ink is. So, and then you heat it either with your heat gun or through the melting pot, and it melts the enamel to copy the same as the texture.
That's what my friend had. I was on tour with her when she was planning her wedding. Poor girl, planning a wedding when you're on tour is just a nightmare. And she was looking at her wedding invitations, and it's a very similar way of which you do it in papercraft.
It's exactly the same way if you're a paper crafter. It's exactly the same technique.
Brilliant. So you're getting the 3 jewel enamels, your gilding flakes, gild. It's like a gilded bird, a gilded cage, and your clear embossing stamp, all for one price. Everything that you can see there on the screen, it should be £20.90, but we're not staying there. What can we do? We can do a nice little price of £16.95. Great value. If you want to mix it with your Perspex, I think we've got some Perspex sheets. You can just buy it sheet by sheet, can't you, on the website. So have a little look at the website. If you did want to mix it more with your Perspex, maybe you want black Perspex. Well, no, we definitely had that in because I bought some more. We've got grey and red, so you can really have a great play around. Red and silver, brilliant.
That's really great together.
And if you've got a black coat, I have a massive thing about, I've got a black coat, and it's nice to give a bit of a splash of colour on it that maybe you don't want every day, because sometimes you just need a plain black coat for certain occasions. So yeah, you can really sort of start playing around with the brooches.
Yeah, I do love brooches.
Love them. Right, we're going to move on. Now this next section, it's called Minute to Win It. It means that I have a certain amount to talk about what I have, just to give, so that you know what you're getting. Then the price will come up, then you have a minute to get it before I move on to the next one. So once the price has come up, a timer will go on behind me for just 1 minute. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. Pipperoonie, producer Pip. Oh, we're starting off with a matrix box. Now this is one that I haven't seen before. It's essentially 2, 3, 4, 5 matrix boxes in one. We've got 2 in a silver finish, and we've got, I would say, 1.5 in a gold finish and 1.5 in a rose gold finish. You have got some great findings in here. Yes, you've got some jump rings, but it's the spacer beads that are really interesting on this. You've got some great square ones. Hold on, I'm going to have to take these out, I think. Can you see them clearly on there like that? Let me get one of these out. These are essential for your jewellery making. Really easy boxes to use. Look, I'm using one hand. This one is the one that I want to show you. There's approximately 530 pieces that you are getting here. Can I do this without it all falling everywhere? Not bad, actually. Look at this. Now, where am I in terms of camera? Am I all right? Can you see that? Oh. I'm going to show you this in a little while. Don't you worry. Aha, thank you. You have this in this kind of bead in 3 different sizes. Oh, I do apologise. We don't have a camera 2 at the moment. Oh, we do. Can you see that one? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And you can get that in this is the large, you can get it in a small and a medium as well. Beautiful. Right, we've got to bring in a price. We've got to bring in a price in this, and then we've got a minute. The price is $32.95, and the minute starts now. Now, these are essentials for your pack. Now, I'm just going to show you one individually so that you can see the beauty that you are getting here. Can we zoom in on this? Here we go, look, so you've got these ones here, great spaces. I love these, it's like almost like a gizmo coil. We've got the pretty little, can you see the flowers there? The little flowers, very pretty spaces. Again, just want to reiterate that we do have these in rose gold, in gold, and in a silver finish. Beautiful and massive essentials. You're going to use these a lot in your jewellery making. What a beautiful little kit to have and to play with and to use in so many of your designs. You can mix your metals if you like, and don't forget, bling is coming in. You can use these to embellish clothing as well. Got lots of new buyers coming in for these, interestingly enough. I think these will last you ages and ages, and just think outside the box, not just for your jewellery making, but if you're embellishing of your clothes, hats, socks, I don't know, tights. Have a little play around and see what you can do. Gonna be very, very popular. That one for $32.95. Moving on, what's next, boss? Number 8. Oh, look at this. This is fabulous. Pip and I saw this upstairs on the computer. We were like, what is it? What is it? It's amazing is what it is. Have a little look at the colours that you get here. Now this is real peacock. This is blue colour-coated chalcedony, 175 carats. This is a graduated plain nugget strand. We've only got 25 of these left in stock. Let's bring you in a price on this. It's $9.95, and we're starting the minute clock now. I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8 on here. Now these are sizable nuggets here, and it's that incredible high finish on them. You're getting shine and you're getting colour. This one is almost translucent. I don't know whether you can see that. It's incredible, the coating. You're getting goldens, you're getting pinks, blues and greens in this. Each one of these is absolutely stunning. If you wanted to wire wrap them, I wouldn't go too heavy on the wire wrap because the stone here speaks for itself. It's unique, it's bold, and the colours are just fabulous. Get this home, 30-day, no quibble money back guarantee. This is a strand that you will want to see what it is like. There's matrix in there as well. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? For just $9.95, and we've got to move on. We've got to move away from that one. Something. Which one was it? Sorry. Keshi pearls. Now, Keshi pearls. Some people prefer Keshi pearls over cultured pearls, because Keshi pearls are 100% nacre. Therefore, by some, they are thought to be a higher quality. You've got these beautiful, organic, almost like flakes of pearl here. Very pretty to use. You can use them to make flowers as well. They've got a bright white, lovely pearl pearl essence on those. Pip is asking you, Hannah, can you could you put these with what did you say, jewel enamel, Pip? Could you put gilding flakes on these and then put these what if you made polymer clay with the gilding flakes, could you use these instead of gilding flakes? So you'd stick these onto polymer clay?
Yeah, you could.
Well, I got a beautiful birthday card from my Auntie Paula, who you should be watching, who is a massive crafter and is now really into jewellery making. And she made me a card, and on the card it was a sort of like 1920s lady, and she had a long back necklace on that was made out of amethyst nuggets that she had put on, and it had Keshi pearls. She had this massive feather fan, which was black feathers, and it had blue, like 5 blue Keshi pearls stuck on there.
Yeah, absolutely. You can really mix up your crafts. You don't have to be just limited to jewellery. Yeah. You can go to town and make anything you want.
Beautiful. So if you wanted to embellish, we were talking about brooches earlier, you could embellish them with these if you just wanted to use the glue and not the drill hole. Right, let's bring you a price up on these. Okay, we're going to bring you a price very soon. Get ready, and the minute starts now. $9.95 for the beautiful Keshi pearls. FBP072 is your number. They're very, very organic, just because these are made without a nucleus. So these are 100% natural and 100% nacre. So they do have that organic, beautiful feel. We've got a question on the phone for Hannah. What box do you need to keep your polymer clay in? It's a graded plastic.
You need grade 5 plastic. So
grade 5.
Yeah, if you look at the back of the plastic, you'll see like a triangle made out of arrows and a number in the centre. And that's degraded polymer clay. Doesn't eat through, basically. So the polymer clay starter kit comes in one. All the boxes we sell are grade 5 plastics. So they're safe to store your polymer clay.
So any of the boxes that we sell are great for storing your polymer clay. You've only got a few more seconds now to get these white Keshi pearls. They're the top drilled. I'm thinking a steak. 0800 644 655. Minute to win it. Box number what? Sorry. Thank you. Now we had it earlier. And we loved it in the gold, and now we've got it in the rose gold. It's got a sort of sailor theme, which is obviously going to come in for spring, but you can use it in any of your designs. You've got plain ovals, and then you've got the twisted oval links in this, and you are getting a metre of this beautiful rose gold plated copper chain. Isn't it lovely? Now the links are approximately 10 times 7 mils. Are we ready for a price on this? And here we go. You've got 1 minute. $9.95. Now look at the amount of metal that is in this. You've got a chunky chain and you've got a metre of it. Now you can mix it up as well, and you've got the detail as well with the twisted versus the plain. Now, as I've said, because I love the Natalia's design so much, maybe you just want to use about this much of it, and then you can use some chain that you find on a reel to really embellish like a really long necklace. Rose gold is so popular right now as well. We've got 30 seconds on this. Rose gold is really, really popular. It's made its way on the high street with a big bang, actually. When I first started working for Jewellery Maker in May, you hardly saw any rose gold, and now it's really, really crept in. Keep up with the trends. Loads of people are on the phones for this, and it is looking like it might sell out. Get ready, be quick. 0800 644 655. We've got to move on. Okie doke. Can we do number 4 at some point, because I love it? Thank you. Oh, I like this too. Teal coated hematite. You get a fabulous metallic luster in here, and the colours are just this amazing green and a teal blue. Beautiful. HWGK91, and these are plain rounds, and they are 9 mils. You're getting a massive 450 carats on this, an incredible colour. I would like to see smoky quartz with this. I think smoky quartz goes with so much, but it would just really bring out that green in it as well. Beautiful. And of course, adding metallic luster to any of your designs, it's going to be eye-catching. It's just going to lift it as well. I think that's what the metals do, and that's why throughout the periods of antiquity, when we started wearing jewellery, we've got lots of people waiting for this. The reason why you mix metal with stones is because it has that bright, amazing luster. And here you're getting 2 for 1. Right, let's bring in a price. $5.95 for a 30 centimetre strand of this gorgeous teal colour coated hematite. Brilliant, brilliant value, and we've just started the clock. Get on the phone lines 0800 644 655. Don't forget to check out of your baskets. It's only ever one postage and packing, and that's just $2.95 for the whole day. Ox, these are incredible. Where did you get these from?
These actually come over from Jaipur, India. So our offices, lovely Prakash and the guys in India send these over for us.
Love them. I love that colour. It's so very unique as well.
We discussed, you know, you get the rainbow coated, and we picked out certain colours from that rainbow coating, and that's one of them.
No, I love that you did that. Good call. good call. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Just for $5.95, you've got 15 seconds before we've got to move on. HWGK91, free phone number there at the bottom of your page. Righty-ho, 10 seconds left. I've just caught something very attractive over here, but we're coming on to that later, so don't go away. Moving on. What number next? Aha. These are huge. 13 by 10 that you've got here, and they are pearls. They're a soft pearl, almost like, would you say cornflower?
Oh yeah, cornflower blue.
Cornflower blue that you've got here. Oh, Pip would say hydrangea. Oh. Look at the horticultural producer in the gallery, in the dark. UNP013, sorry, PO13, that's a letter, not a number. UNPO13, and blue culture pearls, they are huge. I'm trying to work out whether I've ever seen pearls this big on, maybe I have, but not in this colour. This colour is gorgeous. Real soft colour, soft blue. Again, I can see this working really well in bridal. Mother of the bride, mix it in with your silver, yeah, because it has got that sort of silver sheen on it. Beautiful. Right, let's find you the price and start the clock. $24.95. No, yes, we do cheaper pearls. Absolutely, we all know that. But for this size, 13 times 10 mils, and this beautiful soft colour, you don't need to go gem heavy on these. Like, I would not, as much as I love my long strands, I wouldn't necessarily want to do that with these. I think these would look great in a choker. And now I'm just going to say, oh yes, we've got these. Oh, that's so pretty. These are coming up later. Some pink pearls. Oh, these are coming up next, in fact. How pretty is that? That is beautiful. $24.95 for your huge cornflower blue pearls there. Very, very pretty with the pink. Right, we're running out of time. Last chance, UNPO13, and we have to move on, but we've already seen a little bit of a sneaky peek of what we're moving on to, and it's these gorgeous pink pearls. Now, these are smaller. We were talking earlier about how you measure the quality of a pearl, and I think these, the shape of these is not necessarily round, but the size, they're almost identical. Like, you really have to look at them. They're beautiful, real pretty soft pink as well. Baby pink cultured potato pearls. They are a 6 times 5 mil FPPO31. Beautiful little pearlescence on that as well. Look at that. Look where the light is really capturing that, almost like in a mirrored effect. Beautiful. Right, we've got people straight in, so let's bring you the price straight away. Get ready, because if we've got people before we've even brought up the price, these are just $7.95. Such a soft, beautiful, look how, oh, they look lovely with my nail varnish as well, which is always nice. If you've already got pearls in your stash, then you know these are going to go well with that. If you've got rose quartz, how beautiful. Lace, blue lace agate would look stunning with this if you wanted to stick on the baby blue and baby pink. Again, it's great for embellishing any clothing, any hats that you have. And we all know that pearls are associated with luxury as well. So to get them a strand for $7.95, you cannot go wrong. Beautiful, beautiful. this is something that you might want to bulk buy on if you wanted to go for the flapper long style necklace. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And when I was on with Hannah Osborne yesterday, she was embellishing wire with pearls, which just gives it a real contemporary look. They're often thought to be classics, but you can go in that contemporary design as well. Be unique, think outside the box, beautiful, and we've got to go. Moving on. Oh, wow. This is a nice little pack. We have loads of findings that we've got for you today in this, selling them all together. Now we're trying this antique chic. So we've got 100 of your jump rings here. Now they are the 5mm jump rings, and you are getting them in the brass. They are your saw cut jump rings. Then we have got your crimp beads in your grey antique bronze. Then we have your eye pins in the antique bronze, and then we have clasps in the antique bronze. In total, you are getting over, there you go, everything that you can see there on the screen. That is over 300 findings. I would say that's a good deal over 300 findings, because I know when they do the crimp beads, they weigh them, don't they? Yeah. And I'm thinking, gosh, there must be at least 200 in this. We should do that. Pete, I've got a job for you. Can you count these, please? No, I'm joking, Pete. I'm joking. Sorry, Pete. But how many would you get in these? I mean,
I think we have counted them, and if I remember correctly, I mean, don't quote me on it because I can't remember exactly. I think there were over 1,000.
Really?
Yeah. I think we set Jenny Cleary to count, so I don't know how accurate that is, to be fair.
So if we say there's over 1,000 in this one, and you're probably getting 300 in the others, you're getting a lot, and they're basic findings. Right, let's bring in the price and start that clock. The price is £12, and let's start the clock. Now, you're going to use these. It is with your antique findings, and we've got the bronze jump rings. I've mentioned it before, but Gemma Crow, the vintage workshop that she does, is the first one to sell out. It's been so very, very popular, and vintage design is not going anywhere. It's been grasped by the nation. So many people are into it. I know that there's a lot of people who are not, and absolutely that's fair enough, but if you are making jewellery to sell, then maybe tap into that market and start reaping the rewards, to be honest. Also, these are essential so that you know that you're going to be using them. If you didn't want to use vintage designs, that's okay. It's a lovely metal regardless of whether you wanted to really go down that vintage route. Mix it with all your other mediums. They're basic findings, so if you wanted to use it with your polymer clay, then that's not a problem. You've got how many clasps on there? How many pieces of jewellery are you going to be able to make out of this? Is that it? That's it. That's it on that one. That one went quick. I'd like to choose a box. I would like to choose 4 because I think these are really pretty. Can we do 4? A smoky quartz as well. How cute are these? And you are getting 3. Now, is this sterling silver as well? It is. Smoky quartz and sterling silver on a clasp. Now, the fabulous thing on a charm, I should say, is that you can just hook these onto anything. If you didn't want to hook them onto anything, you could cut this jump ring here. You could take this off. This is 95 sterling silver, so you do want to save this and use it elsewhere. You could just replace another jump ring with something that you already have in your stash, and then you could connect this to something more permanently. It's up to you, but the quality of these charms, and you are getting 3, is second to none. And then you get, look, this little heart charm as well, and it's sterling silver. Let's bring you in a price on this. ZGDL24 for all 3 of these gorgeous charms, and it's just £10.95. Now, charms. Let's talk about charms, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Charms on the high street. A famous make of charms. How much? They're glass as well, let me just point that out. Maybe a little bit of sterling silver, but I would not imagine on as much as on this if you're with also a faceted genuine gemstone. What price are we talking? We're talking from £20 and they go up a lot more than that. As soon as you take that home, that value, because it's glass, it doesn't hold any value. Its only value is in the design. And it's very now, that's fine, but how is that going to be valued later on? And because there's so many of it, let me just pop up behind me, because there's so many of them on the market, what will the value be of those in 30 years' time? Whereas this is always going to be sterling silver. Is it done? What? I love these. Aren't they pretty?
They're lovely.
Right. A little bit of a break on the minute to win it. Good, we're going here. We've seen jewel enamel, we've seen the mix of jewel enamel and acrylic. Look, we can give you a jewel enamel DVD retailing $4.95. You can't go wrong with a DVD. You can stop it, you can record it. Sorry, you can stop it, you can rewind it. It's already recorded, you don't have to worry any of that. That's already been done for you, otherwise it'd be a rubbish DVD, in all fairness. You've got an hour here. What I love about our DVDs as well is that they often have a selection of different looks that you can go for. And I love the fact that we've gone from charms, you can make your own charms here with your jewel enamel. Now, of course, you're going to need some jewel enamel. So we've got a fabulous deep gold and a ruby red. Look at those colours, aren't they fantastic? Then we've got the moulds. Now we were just talking about the moulds and whether you could put the mould in the heating melting pot, and you can. Plain heart, of course you can't go wrong with it. I love the way it's just slightly off centre there, isn't that pretty? Ben is agreeing with me. And then you've got this one. And this one has the pattern. Now these moulds are such a good quality. Very easy just to pop your design out as well. Lovely with the texture. If you wanted to put gleam on that at the end, you're going to get a really, really beautiful finish. 2 of these. Have a look at how much these go for. They do, they are not cheap, the moulds, they really aren't, because you've got that silicone as well, so you've got a great finish on them, and durability as well. Great price for great quality that we're going to bring you here. All 5 pieces, 2 enamel, 2 moulds and 1 DVD, all for one price, 12. How much is this?
They're about $4 or $5.95, aren't they?
$4.95. I thought for some reason that these were like £8 as well. Maybe I've seen them elsewhere. I don't want to guarantee
some of
that.
It depends on the size of them as
yes, well. Yeah. We just want to show you some features on the DVD. So this is what, if you haven't got any of our DVD, I'm just going to show you a little bit of what it will look like when you get it home. Oh look, that's the heart. Oh, so this is great. So it's nearly. So you can get the DVD and you've already got the moulds and everything to use. It's as if this was planned. This is brilliant. Love the mix there, love the mix of things. And that's then using the gilding flakes within it. How pretty is that? Gorgeous. And of course, you can get this home and you are ready to rock. Straight away you can start. It's called Love Enamel OGC34. I love it, and in that deep gold as well. I love the face.
It's really fab, isn't it?
This is so pretty that it's got that little point. Lovely. You can't go wrong with a heart as well. Everyone likes a heart. It's a universal shape. Great value. Jump on the phone lines for that. Free phone number 0800 644 655. A little bit of a reminder that we've got emerald coming up. This is our star buy for, not long now, maybe 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away, and it is emeralds. Look at this, chips and nuggets of your emerald on a double strand. Now the greens in this are exquisite. I love the darker greens as well. I think that's how I see emerald in my head. I think everybody has got like a different vision of what green, emerald green actually is because of that jardin. There's so many great inclusions in there that really are character enhancing and just have that mass of depth in the sort of like the Pantone of green. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Coming up later, and don't forget it's a double strand as well. Lots of people coming in for the jewel enamel. Right, we're going back to Minute Madness. Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est? Sky blue apatite. Lovely. What do you think of this, Hannah?
I want that piece. I love little rondelles like that because if you're working with high-end gemstones, they're the perfect spacer.
Yeah, and a great way to add some colour as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. So we've got 35 carats of your sky blue apatite here. They are approximately 3 times 5 mils, 30 centimetre strand that you are getting here. Beautiful, beautiful. Such a soft blue. Again, you can mix it with your pearls. Let's bring you in a price on this one. Lovely price. Under £6. It's just £5.45. Start the clocks, please. Oh, sorry, we didn't warn him. We started it now. It's all good. It's all good. £5.45 for these. Again, if you love your beading techniques, these are great. Seen some amazing things that you can do by making like a chunky pendant, but using these to build up. Just keep on beading up, building up with your beading thread is what I was trying to get to there. 0800 644 655. Lots of web builders joining us. Welcome. Thanks for watching. We've got less than 25 of these now. Welcome Maureen in Aberdeenshire, Angela in Herefordshire, Christine in Fife, lots of people up in Scotland, Gillian in Hampshire, Susan in Buckinghamshire, and then we've got some new web bidders as well. Welcome to you. Zoe in the West Midlands, just around the corner from us. Don't forget, if it is in your basket and you haven't checked out, then at the moment it is not allocated for you. You do have to check out of your basket. You can check out of your basket as many times as you like throughout the day and only ever pay one postage and packaging, which is £2.95. Right, we've got to move on that one. Okay. Oh, well, I have never seen a strand in such a sexy box. Look at this. Kyanite. 30 carats of kyanite. I feel like, you know, when you go into a really nice restaurant or like a really smart hotel or something, like a hotel bar or something, and you feel like you need to, because everything's so nice, you feel like you need to whisper. I feel the same with this box and this kyanite. You have got faceted ovals here, approximately 4 times 3 to 9 times 5 mils on an 18 centimetre strand. Now the clarity of this is fabulous. And kyanite, I'm going to have to get it out because kyanite is the sort of strand, gosh, look at this. It's the sort of strand that you need to really have a good look at it. Beautiful. I can see why they've put it in a box. Oh, we've got to start. I've got to bring in the price and start the start. Can I just have a few more moments just so that we can have a little look? Thank you. Really beautiful. So you've got some areas, you've got different colour zoning. We're going to show you the recording as well, because you can really pick up the light from those facets and the way the light will move through this beautiful blue stone. Because you have got those transparent areas. Look at the colour and the sparkle of this kyanite. NZGZ16. Beautiful. This is the sort of strand that you do need to mix with your high-end metals. Right, let's bring in the price. $35.45. Look what you are getting. You're getting beautiful kyanite. What would you do with this strand?
Well, for me, it looks brilliant against pearl because you've got the same pearlescent luster on it. Or I would get the really, really tiny silver spacer beads that we have on the website and just make a tiny little bracelet interspersed with the silver beads.
Beautiful.
Just simple.
Just keep
it doesn't
it
need
simple.
any more. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some little matching earrings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. 35.45 for fabulous kyanite. 0800 644 655. Where else would you get 30 carats of kyanite for 35.45? Oh, we've got 10 seconds left. Get ready. If it's in your basket, there is a few people who have it on the basket and they haven't checked out. We are going to move on. NZGZ16. Moving on now. Moving off wire. Now we've got 100 meters of your 0.8 wire and 100 meters of your 0.6 wire in your antique bronze. Love wire with your 0.8. You can make your rings from it. You've got a little bit of structure there. Your 0.6 you can use for all your embellishments. 200 meters of this fabulous antique bronze. Now the antique bronze wire was the first one that I bought in myself and had into my home because I love it, love it, love it, and it goes with so much. You'll be surprised actually, because we all know that silver and gold go with everything. You'd be really surprised at how much this goes with. I think it's like, I always say, smoky quartz. So you get smoky quartz in your stash, you look at it against everything else and you're like, gosh, this goes well, so well. And I feel the same with the antique bronze wire. We've got turquoise. Well, we've had turquoise. How beautiful does that look? Imagine it with rose quartz, imagine it with your pearls. It's just beautiful. Right, we've got to bring you a price on this. Now, do not forget that you are getting 200 meters. You're getting one of your 0.8 and one of your 0.6. The price that you should be paying on this is $44.90. However, we are going to do you a nice little deal on this. Now, if you love your wire work and you haven't got antique bronze wire, get it home, start having a play. This and the chartreuse go so well. Ooh. We like that, $24.95. Brilliant, $24.95 for your 200 meters. You can't go wrong. If you do have the chartreuse, I cannot recommend it enough with this. Beautiful, beautiful, and you've got it in your two different sizes, so you really can start having a little play around with this. 0.8 and your 0.6. GC91. Free phone number 0800 644 655. If you are new to Jewellery Maker, maybe you've been using beads and bits and pieces but you haven't got onto your wire yet, this is a great way to buy it with a great saving. Don't forget, anybody who makes their first purchase, I should say, does get a free DVD and a free booklet which will give you all the basic ways in which you can start with your jewellery making. Lots of people buying on the web. There's only ever one postage and packing, so you can check out of your baskets as soon as you like. And we do recommend doing it as soon as you can, because if we are low in stock, then if you put it in your basket, it's not guaranteed to be coming out to you. It's only guaranteed once you have paid. So only ever one postage and packing. It's always $2.95. Right, we've got to move on that. What have we got here? Ooh. Massive chandelier earrings. These are fab, and what I love about these is that there's loads of connection points as well, so you really can go to town. You're getting one pair of 925 sterling silver loop earrings. You're getting 15 loops on these, but easily. Imagine this as a pendant, so you are getting two, essentially a pair of earrings, but you can easily make two pendants out of this. And look at how much sterling silver you are getting. There is loads of it. Loads and loads. NJDL50 is your item number, and let's bring you on the price. £10.95. This is a lot of sterling silver here, a lot of sterling silver that you are getting. The fact that you are getting the pair as well, all those connecting points, you really can make a massive piece. Or if you really wanted to go to a posh home development, you could turn this into like a dream catcher or something like that. If you a real high-end dream catcher for any really high-end dreams. 90. I don't know what they might. I don't know what they would be. Mine would just be champagne. That's my high-end. Just me drinking lots of champagne is my high-end dream. That's a nice dream. You'd wake up happy after that, wouldn't you? Absolutely. £10.95 on that one. We're just all like, bubbles, bubbles. Like the fish on Finding Nemo, bubbles. What do the crows say on Finding Nemo? Mine. Sorry, Ben, we missed that. What is it? Mine. That's exactly what they do. £10.95, jump on the phone lines for those, and don't forget to check out your baskets. Beautiful. And if you are selling sterling silver, you need to let your customers know that they've got the real Mackay, that it is your high end. Great, great value there. Oh, it's star buy time. It's emeralds. It's 170 carats of emeralds on a double strand. It's more than a double strand. Oh, because it's 80 something, isn't it? It's 85 centimetres, and normally our length of strand is 30. Look at this. The greens in this are fab. Now, emerald is so well known. It's one of the top 4: diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. Instantly, people have heard of it. They can see that colour. They know that quality and that value within it as well. Cleopatra, we know she had her own minds of it. But there's so much more to emerald because you've got that character enhancing inclusions. It's very rare to find an emerald that doesn't have inclusions in it. And it just really gives you that mix of colours, that incredible array of greens that you get in it called the Jardin. I'm just going to show you what it looks like with pearls. Incredible. Pearls are so luxurious anyway, and then just to show off that green with something that's such bright white, that amazing pearlescence on those Keshi pearls. SASF 76. Now, we all know Mark Smith loves chips and nuggets because you just get so many of them, because we do sell them in these and this 85 centimetre strand. You get so much for them to make clusters with these. It's nice to be able to offer emerald and not to have to be stingy with it. Sometimes you just want to be able to give, it's a birthstone as well. Like, if you imagine if you just gave a bracelet like this and you could say to your customer, all of that is emerald. You could buy the certificate of authenticity for just 50p or download it for free off the internet when your item has been dispatched. And you can prove to your customer that you are selling the real McCoy. Beautiful. Emerald, of course, it is May's birthstone. We've got loads of people coming in already on this one. No, we're going under £10 on this. Birthstone for May, it's got all about rebirth. It's all about spring. Very, very important. And because it's got all that history behind it as well, not only do your customers, or if you're giving it as gifts, they understand the value of emerald, but they also can then find out about the meaning behind it. So if you know someone who's just given birth or something, then you can make them something out of emerald. Rebirth, it's beautiful. What would you say about this strand? What would you do with it?
What I would do with it is Mark did a really, really beautiful plaited.
Oh, your mic's died. Your mic's died.
Let me have a look.
You can.
Yeah, it's died.
It's died. It's died. Do you want to come and join me? Come and join me. Come and join me. So you were just saying that Mark Smith.
Yes. Did a designer inspiration this week actually, where he had beautiful green chips and he plaited them and actually made Wags My Cone from them. So actually it looked lovely.
Wow.
And I think that was possibly Tuesday or Wednesday.
Impressive stuff. Now we are going under £10. It is our star buy and it is genuine emerald. Get ready, SASF 676 even. We're going under £7. We are going under £7. £6.95 for 170 carats of your emerald. Beautiful, beautiful. 0800 644 655. When do you see emeralds for £6.95? When? You don't. You just don't see it. Everybody's heard of them, everybody knows its value. Lots of you coming in for these. Have a play around. Maybe you've got something that you've used in nuggets already and you really loved it, you loved the design. Maybe then take it up a notch and do it in emeralds. And don't forget the price point of that, because you're selling emeralds. People understand it, instantly recognisable. Welcome Sue in Merseyside, welcome Dean in Yorkshire, welcome Eunice in Lincolnshire. Lincoln, I think Lincoln is beautiful, Lincolnshire. Lynn in West Yorkshire, lots, another Lynn. Don't forget, if you are buying on the website, you do need to check it out of your baskets as soon as you can. Only ever one postage and packing. Great value. And of course, if you get these home and you decide, you know what, they're not for you, then you can just pop them back in the post and send them back. You've got 30 days in which to do that. But this is genuine emerald and I don't think you're going to have a problem with it. I think you are going to love it. Right, we're going to go over to see Hannah and see what she has done. Now, we gave her the most incredible lapis lazuli that I ever did see. And look what you've done with it.
I haven't made much, but I'm really pleased with it.
You have made quite a lot. When you think you've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, have you used it all?
No, I had some left over as well.
Brilliant. And look, when you've got such a high quality bead, that's all you need to do.
Yeah, you just need to show it off, because the beads work for themselves. They show the gemstone in the best light, and sometimes all you need is one on a strand.
All you need is one on the strand. No, it's right at the bottom of your screen now for this incredible lapis lazuli. It's got pyrite inclusions that I've just never seen them so big and plentiful in lapis before. And what I love about it as well is that you've still got that intense blue with any fabulous lapis lazuli that we get through our door here. GZRU15, and you're getting 140 carats. Look, that's what the strand looks like. It is incredible, and just making the most out of that colour, those pyrite inclusions and that polish, and showing it off. It looks great with that gold. I mean, it looks so expensive.
Yeah, it really is a really opulent strand. You can see it very regal colours, very rich, and against the yellow, the yellow of the gold brings out the beautiful pyrite inclusions. Yeah. And I just love this strand.
Gorgeous. Thank you so much. Yeah. We've had so much going on today.
It's been busy day, but it's been really good fun. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you. You're often here, but you're often not down here.
Not here.
Not up here. Nice to have you down here. Just to recap, that if you did want anything, we've sold out of a few items, but if you have missed out on something, then make sure you go back on the website. We've done some great deals today, and the deals don't hang around for long. So you do need to bag those while you can before they go up again. So we've had deals and bundles and beautiful things. If you bought the Dremel, congratulations, you are going to have fun with that Dremel.
Yeah, definitely, lots of fun.
You really are. I had to have like a little station on the floor, but my husband makes me wear goggles.
Yeah, you should. If you haven't got, if you don't wear glasses like me, then eyewear, depending on what you're making, is pretty good.
To be honest though, not a lot has happened, but he makes me wear them, so I think, well, okay.
Yeah, it's sensible.
It's very sensible. It's very sensible. If you've missed it, Just going to bring our lovely glamorous assistant here. Look what you can do. This is acrylic and jewel enamel. Some beautiful colours of jewellery enamel that we've got here. I love this sort of corally colour as well.
That's the fire opal.
Oh, is it? That's the fire opal. Okay. Beautiful. That's all on the website, or you can call up the call centre and make sure that you can add that to your order. We've got Ed coming up later on, very soon, in about 2 minutes. We don't know where he is. He'll be here. He will be here. But we've got Pete. Pete, come and say hello, Pete. This is Pete, who we nearly made cut. What's coming up on the show?
Hello, guys. Strand tonight. Opal Superstar Buy.
Opal is our Superstar Buy.
And it's beautiful.
Look, tell Ed not to come back.
Yeah,
We've got Pete. We've got Pete.
Ed showed me that opal a minute ago because he was like, look at this, look at this. I was like, it's amazing. It looks so, so good. Oh, really lovely. So
we had some pink opal on the other day, in yesterday, sort of long little bits. Beautiful.
Really stunning.
Beautiful. And of course, all the colour is coming up. Oh, apparently, someone's just said they're going lower than you could even have imagined. I do not know what that means, but it sounds good. It sounds impressive. Don't forget, for our emerald small nuggets, you are getting 170 carats for just $6.95, which is a great, great value. We still do have some of those left. 3 times 1 to 8 times 1 mils. I've just realised that this is using the beautiful hearts. They're so pretty. Have a little look at that. Very lovely. And just using that beautiful lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is still right on the bottom of your screen. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much. We've got producer Danny, but we don't have a presenter. Where's your presenter? Reel him in.
The search is going on.
The search is on. Okay, Ed is going to be here in about 3-4 minutes, so do not go anywhere. We've got a miss out show. Lovely Hannah Oxberry, thank you so much. Ed is in the building. All is well. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Like I say, do not go anywhere, and we'll see you very soon. Good night.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.